All right, so we'll go over here and move into the weaponsmith area. You guys have gotten a key from Velocindine to come over here and pick up your weapons. And we'll pick this one up as the scene shows here. The chamber is warm and noisy. A human smith stands next to an anvil, beating something into place. An armored warrior stands sweating and talking to himself.
Mowing.
A few tables with scattered tools and materials sit out in front of a small, quaint furnace. The smithy says, "I'll be with you in a bit," as he and this warrior talk amongst themselves. So this warrior is, he kind of looks over his shoulder at all of you as you entered in the chamber, and he goes right back into blustering about slaying a terrible beast just recently and taking its horn. He says, but I want the horn fixed well into the shaft, into the haft of the blade. It better not fall out on me. Smithy says, "I'm good at what I do, I tell you. The fire, it teaches me its secrets." So the warrior says, "All right then, I'll be back in a few days." And he kind of like looks at all of you like, "Can I get through the portal, please? Excuse me."
I will step aside from after you,
I was going to say, I
sir.
don't think I was standing in the middle of it.
Okay. And the warrior slips out of this chamber, leaving you all alone with the weaponsmith, who kind of shakes his head. Some people. And takes a look at the horn, this broken piece of horn and the sword. I'll set that aside for now. I suppose you come for your weapons.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, thank you. We
Yep.
really appreciate it.
Okay. And I'm assuming he was paid in full before his services began.
Yes.
All right. He says, "You're the ones that was friends with that dwarf fellow."
Yes. Yes, he was our friend. We haven't seen him for quite some time.
Uh,
Yeah, he kind of vanished on us the other day.
People disappear around here. I hear there's new dwarves in the castle. I'm sure they'll be here next. And he's going about collecting your weapons and then handing them back out. He says, "I believe the lady had a dagger, yes?" As he hands it towards...
Actually, it was those arrows right there.
Oh. Well, then who was this dagger for?
Me.
Ah.
Balzar waves his hand in the air.
Okay. Yeah, all right, so he hands you your dagger, and then he disperses the weapons to everyone in the party, so that you're all now equipped with your newly silvered weapons. And he says, "Right then, anything else I can do for you?" Looking back to the fire as if he seems distracted by it.
No.
Think that'll be all? Leo will just kind of try to peek into the fire real quick to see what he's looking at, if it's like a creature in there or something.
Give me a perception roll. Perception 9. For a moment, you feel like you see two eyes in the flames as they flicker in the hot coals.
I'll avert my gaze and back up a little bit and say, we'll leave you to it, sir.
Okay, so I don't see the point in dilly-dallying around. People probably knew you were moving through from the tavern to see the weaponsmith, so Frost will just make this your opportunity to come on in through the same portal everybody else did, and which would be this entry portal here. So Frost suddenly appears through the portal right behind you guys as you're about to walk out.
Stop everything!
What?
We need to go. We need to go. to get out of here now, away from prying eyes. There's a problem that we need to deal with. Frost is like freaking out.
You get nothing but an eyebrow tilt from Aura.
He's looking at you guys, looking at them. It's like maybe I'll let you know what when we're not surrounded by since the walls have ears. Might want to make this private.
Can I kind of speak into his mind and ask him what's up?
Yes, you can. It's telepathic communication, and I believe it's a two-way thing.
Oh, that's new. That's weird. Yeah, I'm gonna just unload. I was like, dude, I just saw like a bunch of freaking the people, everyone. It seems that there are more changelings than we thought there were, or whatever. What were the things? There were changelings, or
The doppelgangers?
yeah, doppelgangers. Sorry, they do the same damn thing.
So they're. Why do you say that?
Well, I
I thought we were
don't.
almost done.
In your mind, he's just like, oh, I don't know, maybe because you know how I like to stealth around so people don't see me. Yeah, well, when you're not seen, people tend to relax and they started changing in front of me.
I feel like we're all just staring at you while y'all have this internal conversation. I feel like that's happening.
Pretty
We're
much.
just looking at you like,
You're seeing Balthazar just like stare at Frost, looking really confused and like doing some like weird hand gestures and like moving his hands up towards his face, be like, "What are you talking about?"
And you
No
just
way.
you just see Frost like seriously like with like, dude, the whole hand movings like, dude, we need to leave now.
And
We're in danger.
I'm just gonna put my face in my hands and just be like, and speak out loud and be like, "We gotta go."
I happen to have stolen some keys that may be able to get us to a safer location.
Are you saying this part out loud, or are you saying this internally?
Oh, I'm saying this internally to him.
Okay.
Looking at each other, and face is getting more and more serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta go. And I'm just be like, Frost, lead the way.
Well, first I think we gotta get to a portal with a door on it.
Yeah. We should probably go back the way we came so we don't end up somewhere weird.
I have keys.
Yeah, but we don't have a door right now. If we pick one of the other portals in this room, there's
Yeah,
no
that
telling
is
where it
that
ends
is true.
Everybody
But
will go
regardless-
back to the tavern because Frost basically followed them through the back door of the tavern to get here. If you go back the way you came. Is that what the party's doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going back to look for a room with a door in it.
Okay.
And as we step through, I'm just gonna whisper into everybody's mind, just say more doppelgangers.
Lovely.
I start to be more alert and looking around, more alert, more attentive.
Y'all just take me to the nicest places.
There's a lot of goblins in here in the tavern today.
All right, there's a door in the back, y'all.
Let go.
Yeah. Frost, you have a key that you wanted to try over here?
Yeah, I'm going to close the door. Put in key. Which key do I'm going to put in key 226.
Okay. All right. And move through that and go on in.
Yes.
Everybody following him?
Sure.
Yep.
Okay. I think this one is largely blacked out.
Yep.
Reveal some areas here. This is... What room do we say this was? 226? Yeah, 226. Strange scents waft down into this small room on a draft from above. An oily black jug sits in an elevated niche next to where you enter. The glow of sunlight strikes against a wall up the stairs.
Pinto will queue up behind Frost, assuming he's gonna walk up first.
Right now, once everyone's through, I'm gonna turn around and it's literally just like, dude, I think there are a lot more doppelgangers than we thought there were, and I'm pretty sure some of the higher ups that are close to the king are doppelgangers. Like, oh my god, I'm freaking out here.
Well, I figured out that detect good evil trick, so I mean I can be a better lookout. But how many more do you think there are?
I'm pretty sure that it's swarming. I don't even know if your good or evil spell will even matters, for the sole fact that it's like I don't know how many there were, but I know that quite a few of those officials were doppelgangers.
You're saying we missed them. Some took the fall, and others were just remaining in their disguised form, watching.
Yeah,
as-
it is literally not safe to be talking to them anymore. Because I don't know if there are any regulars people left.
We're the only non-doppelgangers here.
Oh, I wouldn't say
He's
that.
Leo start to change.
Oh god, if y'all fucking start changing, I'm shooting you. Fuck you. So, I'm gonna walk up the steps too. I'm gonna sit about right here and just sit down and just like breathe, trying to relax, because I am freaking out with this, and I'm just glad that I found you guys, because I'm just hoping that doppelgangers didn't get you. If he did, just fucking kill me now. Fuck, man. All these fucking doppelgangers. I thought you guys killed all of them, or most of them already.
We thought
I thought we only had like 3 or 4 left.
Well, apparently not.
By the way, this small chamber is a little crowded with all 5 of you standing in it. I think you guys are all within touching distance of each other. Done a small landing here.
Balthazar's gonna look up and around and be like, "Are you sure we're alone in here?"
Well, we were when I scouted it out the first time.
He can kind of see is the reveal button so hard to select. I click on it like 5 times and it's still...
it's a constant.
You can kind of get the gist by looking up the stairs that they spiral around and come up into... so like there's a chamber above this one or something.
Is there a vase or something up in this alcove here?
Yes, there is an oily black jug.
I will try to grab that and see if there's anything inside of it.
Okay. Yeah, so it's the shelf is a little elevated, so you have to, like, you're probably at chin level. You reach up to grab it, can only sort of grasp it by its base, and you find your hand stuck fast to it upon grabbing it, and it may be stuck to the shelf it's in. You may have to use some strength to get free.
I say, this is so heavy I could hardly pick myself up from it. I'll start pulling, and try to use my, athletics to pull myself free if possible.
Yeah, you can do that. It won't really take much athletics. The inertia is broken by probably about 10 pounds of force or so, at which point the jug kind of clicks as if it's attached to something underneath it. And from above you hear this quick snap of rope.
Jump!
And an enormous guillotine slices down through, you notice there's sort of a slit there in the walls to the sides of that inset where the jug is. Yeah, so that's a track for a giant guillotine as wide as that opening is to drop from above to your hand, which is stuck fast to the pot. No amount of strength can, well, I suppose you could rip the skin off your hand if you wanted to.
I would absolutely do that if I heard that guillotine coming down.
Okay. In that case, give me a acrobatics on 12 to see if you can act fast enough. And then I'm gonna put it at, I think it's not that hard. I think it's probably,
No.
I'm gonna make it 12 too.
All right, and what do we need for that one?
That'd be athletics.
All right. Well, my 13, I think, was my lucky one there.
Oh, is that hard to do for you?
Let's see. Nope.
Oh.
No.
You is stuck.
So the guillotine comes down with a sharpness unparalleled and slices right through Leopold's, somewhere above the wrist, between the wrist and the elbow. Slices it clean off in one motion that Leopold probably doesn't even feel at first. Then the guillotine, of course, slams down into the ground. It has even a little track at the floor of this chamber where it can kind of rest in, where the blade is concealed.
My hand! My hand!
Blood spurting from the stump of his
Leo,
arm.
what
He
the
pulls
fuck?
himself free, finally, by separating the arm. Yeah.
Icky's gonna hurry up and try to yank off his the hand that came off of him. You know what I mean? And he's gonna tell Caitlin, what's your name? Aura, hurry up. Let's see if we can heal it backyard.
Yeah. So
Considering that Aura was literally at war, this is something she has seen before, or at least gruesome things to this extent happened before. She does have experience with severed body parts and the reattachment of said body parts.
Oh, that's convenient. Okay, so
Whether or not it looks good is a completely different matter.
okay. By the way, the damage on that was 46, total of 14. 14 damage,
14?
Leo.
I can fix that.
So,
Yeah.
I rip off the hand that got severed.
Which would require a 12 athletics.
Okay, athletics. Let me get over here. Ooh.
So we're gonna do that.
Athletics.
Do a little bit of
There we go.
13.
Tears it off,
So-
leaving leaving a cat palm stuck to the vase.
So I hurry up. I wrap. I put it back onto his stump. You know what I mean? Kind of like I would be sewing it. And I take out my med kit and I do my damnedest to fucking put it back on. You know what I mean?
So I have you just hold it very steady. I would wrap it with
I have
whatever
a med
I
kit.
have. Perfect. So I would wrap it, and it's gonna look like a hack job, but it's gonna be fully attached. He might have some nerve damage, but it's gonna work eventually. So you'll get back.
I think it would be the same as freaking putting back on somebody's finger. You know what I mean?
Like I said, there'll be
You
nerve
gotta do
damage.
it.
So he'd get back 6 hit points.
6 hit points.
For now, Leo, consider the hand useless.
Yep.
And we'll see. Only time will tell if the healing. For now, her little bit of magic is enough to seal it back on, but nothing is where it should be. So
It's a hack job. It's definitely a hack job. It's not her. It just for the sake of flavor, DM, can I roll a medicine check to see how hackish it really is?
yeah, that'd be fine.
Here comes the something bad.
Yeah. I think the thumb is supposed to go the other direction.
Hey, I'm helping her, so she gets advantage, right?
Yeah, that would be a 9.
Icky, rip it back off. Try again.
He looks like a Rakshasa. What are you doing?
Look, I know Yanzi anatomy. The only time you're lucky I didn't just eat the fucking hand, okay?
Okay. I feel like Icky would be covered. Well, I feel like all 3 of us would for sure be covered in Gobstopper's amount of blood. So, I'm gonna prestidigitate that, but something tells me Icky is just gonna start licking it off himself. I don't know. I can't speak for him.
No,
But
he was trained to not even like I don't know if you know Yanzi background, but like
eat people,
We're-
which is why I figured you would probably
yeah, we're trained to but the purebloods are trained to be ambassadors and stuff of the sort. So
Are you telling me that if you were given a whole crap ton of something that makes you happy, you wouldn't just lick it off you?
yeah, but considering that it would really fucking fuck up mine and my buddies' mentality towards me, I choose not to.
Okay.
It's called self-restraint, motherfucker.
Aura looks
Yeah.
real
I'll
embarrassed about
prestidigitate.
her.
Everybody else clean.
I look real embarrassed about how bad it is. It's been a while since I've had to do since I've had to do a triage. I'm so sorry.
Why did you
You
guys
can at least figure out which direction it goes.
It's been about a couple 100 years. I mean, medicine changes, kinda, sorta.
You had backwards hands 100 years ago?
I didn't have hands 200 years ago.
Ah. Interesting.
You
I
didn't,
didn't
have
have a-
hands 200
I didn't
years
have
ago.
a body. I didn't have a body 200 years ago.
Oh, holy shit, that's weird.
I love that party.
Yeah, she starts to she looks very this is an awkward subject for her. Yeah. I was a star.
Ah. Uh,
I hadn't read that before.
it seems a rather disappointing puberty period, being a star and then, no offense, winding up uh, a more corporeal being, as it were.
Uh, this is something that deserves a drink. So this is a very complicated matter. It kind of freaks people out. So this is something
I'm
that
gonna
might need
uncork a bottle of
drink.
wine and hand it to you, and uncork another one. I'm gonna pass it around to everybody.
Is that Thor?
No, Balthazar.
No.
I think you should have the first drink. I kind of mangled your hand.
Well,
Absolutely.
I'll
Pour a little on my wrist and then take a swig.
So 200 years ago, I was summoned to Plane of the Fairies for a great war. I was summoned by what y'all would think was a mythical creature as a servant, and I liked the land of the corporeal so much I decided to stay.
Why didn't you guidance yourself?
This is a very stressful situation. Do you think to do everything?
I just thought for you to reseal it.
What roll would we have to make to
Fix it?
I would assume I assume so, yeah, since apparently we're doing it magically.
I'd have to cut it off
You
again.
know what? You know what? Put your hand back there.
I'm gonna.
Thor.
Leo's like looking with a lot of apprehension to the group. What's the rest of this plan?
Just do it.
I'm gonna hand him the bottle of wine again.
You know what? While I was off, I did hear tell about a magic item that may be able to restore Leo's hand onto his body proper.
Well, technically, I should be able to do that, but
Or maybe a healer that doesn't botch the job.
it's complicated business healing.
Well, next time I cut this hand off, I'm sure we'll get it sewn back on the proper way.
Yeah, I could have done a better job with his needle and thread, which I have, by the way.
Well, since we're
But
here
no.
and
But no, just wrap the son of a bitch, and I'll heal it on.
For clarification, there was some additional damage that Leo took. It was another 11 on top of that 14, so it would have been 25 total.
So
Leo's
did I
dead.
end up with the wine from room 376.
No, luckily,
Leo's
no.
got some hit points left.
I lived. I lived.
so, do you guys maybe want to go? Okay, so now we're dealing with this on top of the fucking
There's
the
always
other problem.
two things going on. There's always two things going on. Frost, lead the way.
I only came in here so we could talk privately.
Well, you got private.
Yeah, and bloody apparently. Well, since
Yeah.
we're already here, do you want to explore the upper part of this?
I think that's in order.
Lead the way. Let's go.
I'm going to crawl up there.
Okay.
Don't
Of course,
touch
I only
anything.
clicked reveal 20 times. Of course, you would black out the scene instead. Okay, here we go. The upstairs seems to be clay oven underneath a window looking outside. Shelf full of chemicals, and of course the upper um, the upper housing for the guillotine that was in the slid down the track. It's attached by a rope. It looks like there's a crank wheel sticking out of the wall there by it that you probably reset the trap with.
I would like to look at the. You said there was an alchemical shelf. I'd like to go look at that.
Okay.
I want to see what's on the shelf.
The various vials and bottles hold things like ash, chalk, lye, powdered iron, various herbs, ground bone, barks, crystal dust, oils, husks, and hardened pastes, as well as something called universal solvent and another empty bottle that says sovereign glue.
Wait, are both of them empty or just the solvent glue?
The sovereign glue is empty, the universal solvent is not.
Alright, guys, I found some interesting alchemical ingredients.
What did you find there?
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, it looks like the glue has been used. I wonder what happened to that. I'm gonna just look at Leo and like, but this is apparently some magical solvent. It's called universal solvent. I don't know exactly what it would do, but it could be useful.
Well, next time Leo gets stuck to something, trying to investigate, we can just unstick him.
Or just don't touch things.
Yes, I believe glue is probably surrounding the vase in the alcove below.
What is this thing in the middle?
Clay oven.
That's the oven. It's a
No, I was just in character.
Oh.
I'm assuming we don't really know. We know what it's an oven, but like what? I guess he's just looking at it, going, "What does this do?"
seems to be yeah. It's got a looks like it's got a series of layered removable kettles inside.
Leo peers in and he's like, with his bad hand, he'll say, well, what the heck? We'll reach in and see if he can pull one of them out, provided they're not too hot. Is the oven working or is it cold?
It appears to be cold. There is a big iron door down below that you would open to feed it. But you don't feel any heat coming off of that. So he sticks his hand, it just kind of, like has no dexterity in that hand, so it's just like it's just a prod. He's just kind of prod at things with the paw and knock the kettles around. But they seem to be empty.
Do you think we should light it up?
I think we need to do something about Leo's hand.
I can do one more thing.
I think we need to turn it around.
I can do one more thing. It's gonna take a second, but if you're all willing to hang out for a few minutes, I can. It should work.
Hold on.
I mean, by all means. I mean, whatever you got.
I am up for it.
So I'm gonna cast Prayer of Healing. She's gonna start saying something, and unless any of you speak and know what celestial is, it sounds like absolute. It sounds like Latin, but it doesn't sound like Latin. It sounds and then
Should we wait and cut off his hand first and rearrange it?
We need him healed up before we cut his arm off again.
I'm looking it up now. I'm trying to.
It looks like she's casting a spell anyway, so she can do it again afterwards.
I can cast it up to 3 times.
On that, what was it, a 9? How badly off? I mean, 9 is not the best job. How off center is it? Is it something we think we could heal in place, or do we really think we have to slice this off again?
Buddy, your hand backwards.
Slice it off.
I can cast it after if you guys cut his hand off. It takes 10 minutes to do, so.
So if that
I'm
case,
gonna clap Leo on the shoulder and hand him the bottle of wine again.
Somebody want to cover his eyes so he doesn't have to see this happen?
I say we put it back on the vase.
I think so. I think that might be right, but I think
first, can I crank this? DM,
Yeah?
can I crank this?
Oh, yes, you can. Yeah, by turning the wheel one click at a time, the guillotine slowly raises until you pull it all the way back up into position, at which point it locks into place.
And I say, perhaps, I don't know if I can take another blow like that. Perhaps you should start casting now and give us a signal when you're almost done, and I'll do it then, because if I die from this, I will need to be healed rather quickly.
Actually, I have a fix for that too. I can do that. So.
How
But
how are you feeling at the moment, buddy?
I don't have 0 hit points yet, so you would have to interrupt
I also have this.
Right, that's for you.
Oh, is that for me? Oh.
Yeah,
So we
Well,
can cut my hand off. If I die, you can cast Spare the Dying, and then you can do the Prayer of Healing.
Sounds good.
There's a better than fair chance
Yeah.
that I'll die from this, though.
So I just pull up my spell book and just furiously start basically preparing this spell for the worst case scenario.
Here's the condition that Leo will be operating under until the arm is fixed.
I can live with that risk.
So is that -2 strength, -2 dexterity in that arm, or overall?
Yeah.
Overall, you lose some of your balance by having a limb chopped off, and of course, you lose some of your strength as well.
Is that 5e or 2.5?
That is basically homebrew rules. I just stole really quick.
All right. Well, Leo's definitely willing to go through this, because the strength I don't mind, but I definitely need my balance to keep me in fighting condition here.
Do we need to re-stick your hand to the vase so it's in the same spot?
Yeah,
Make sure it's clean.
I think since you had to pull it off, I would imagine there's probably like a residue of like skin and disgusting stuff like stuck.
Wait, are you guys down on the bottom floor again?
Yes.
Looks like
Yeah, we're about to chop his
We're
arm off.
about to do the craziest thing. Not the craziest thing. We're the circus. We're about to do the averagest thing we do.
DM.
yes, yes.
Icky gets his needle and thread out, ready to reconnect the hand.
Yeah, then we can line it up. Aura,
Hey,
you gonna be ready with
Aura.
that guidance too to make sure we do this right?
Laura,
Yes,
can you
just
guys
know,
see really quick?
just know that I can only cast guidance once a day.
Can you guide me real quick so I
Well-
can sew it in place?
Well, does she need? Who would need that guidance more? You for
I'm
self.
gonna be placing it in the right spot and sewing it back on, and then she's gonna heal.
Okay.
I'll cast guidance the moment the hand is in your hands. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Okay. So that lasts a minute, so that's good. Okay, Leo will try to find that spot on the. My God, on the on the vase that he touched before, and keeping his body as keeping his arm as extended as possible, or as in the
Yeah.
same-ish as
Yeah, that's the
possible.
kind of the trick of that. Is like, what position were you in when that thing dropped? You were struggling to try to pull your hand free. Were
There's
you at an
probably a bloody
angle?
handprint.
Were you at an angle from it, pulling down and away, or were you like stiff armed straight out? And if
Hey,
you don't get this right, isn't it just going to sever the arm in a new place, complicating the problem?
Hey, DM.
Yeah.
Wouldn't he have a mark on his arm? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Where
yeah.
so
I'm
he'd
gonna
be
have,
able to.
Could try to
So I
line
ha-
that up with the grooves in the wall.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at least that's something to go by.
I don't think this is how
Yeah.
surgeons do it,
Let's
Okay,
do
by the
this.
way.
So I have to make that line vertical as my hand touches the vase. That line on my arm needs to be vertical.
Mm-hmm.
If it's vertical, in theory, it should be in the place it needs to be, right? Because any movement of my arm would make it not vertical anymore.
Yeah. I guess what I'm getting at is, wouldn't a surgeon, someone with medicine, do a better job of just like doing a skilled amputation rather than like hoping for the best with a guillotine?
Well, that's what I was saying.
Well,
I could cut it off, but
DM.
I'm medicine.
That's a interesting thought. I mean,
I hate to be the invisible voice of a person that's not there for helping the party out, but I'm like, Jesus Christ, don't do it with
like
the
I said, I
guillotine.
could cut it off. It wouldn't take
Because
much.
the guillotine
Too
does
bad we don't have a cleric with regeneration.
the guillotine does 2d8 damage plus 4d6 whenever it slices through something.
So,
As
would you
well-
rather?
If somebody can do it with a precision cut of a sharp, fine blade, then I would say, like, on a successful medicine check, it would only be 1 point of damage plus 4d6.
Well, Icky is actually good on medicine.
Okay. Well, I think then for him to sever the arm back in the same place where it's currently glued back on, he would need to make a medicine check.
Wait, it's glued on?
Well, it's healed on.
It's magically glued on.
Yeah.
I was about to say, you guys use the glue?
It's stuck on
No,
with a healing
no,
spell,
magic.
basically. So, a medicine check of, say, 13 or better.
All right. Ori, you got the guidance ready, right?
You know what? I say I make it easy. It's just an amputation. Let's make it an 8 or better on medicine.
Do you want me to guidance
Okay.
you on the cut, or do you want me to guidance you on the whole
No
thing?
guidance me on the cut. I got a +6 in medicine.
Okay.
You got this.
So guidance
So the only way to fail this is rolling a nat 1.
So wait. Before you okay, before you cut, can I just get a couple of you to like hold me down, to make sure I don't squirm, to maybe help him. We can all help ensure the success of this.
Or I was gonna sit on his chest.
Right. So hopefully we can manage enough stuff to hopefully get you advantage on this.
So you got Leo laid
Hey,
out on
Leo.
the floor right now and downstairs? Is that what's going on?
DM.
Yeah, we're just a mess over here.
Icky's sitting on the edge of the
DM.
steps, holding the arm.
Yeah.
Ara's sitting on his chest.
DM.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast suggestion on him and be like, "Look, this is for your best. I promise you, you'll make out of this. Stay as still as possible."
Okay. Has the
I'm
medicine
gonna hand him
check,
another bottle of wine one more time.
All right, let's. Did the medicine check already get made?
No.
No.
Okay, let's see it.
Don't forget
Hey,
to
since
add
they're
guidance.
helping me, would it be advantage?
With the help action, yes, it can be with advantage.
I think we're all helping in
Yeah.
some capacity.
Yeah,
I would only just.
we're all quadruple advantage.
There we go.
Okay.
All right, he goes in there and he's like, gets through the meat, gets to the bone, with the bones barely put back together. Actually, I don't think there's hardly anything holding it together, so he just like one quick slice through the bone, gets lopped back off again. The damage will only be 1 point plus 46.
Plus 4d6?
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
No, because that extra 46 is because it was a sword of sharpness. So, no, there wouldn't be an extra 46. It's just 1 point of damage.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just 1 point of damage.
Okay.
Because that's a huge difference.
Yeah.
DM,
Yeah.
I flip it around, line it up, and I sew it. Can I get that guidance, Aura?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, here's where it gets a lot harder. To put it all back together right, will require a medicine check of 22.
Okay.
Don't forget to add your guidance.
But I got the help actions, so they're helping me out.
That's right.
19 plus a D4.
Yeah.
Plus 1. I'm going to give you a little bit of mercy here, and I'll give you the extra 1 point just for good karma, because this has all been fun. All right. This
Prestidigitation to clean it all up.
some prestidigitation
Okay, and
will give you another plus 1, and that'll make it all work out.
I'm gonna roll for that 2d4 plus 7? Plus 7? Yeah. Oh, sorry. 2d4 plus 4. I'm sorry. And this is the prayer of healing. This takes about 10 minutes to do, so. She's still sitting on his chest.
He's not moving. He's just
Yeah,
like-
no, she's her. Her eyes go completely glowy. An actual aura of purple starts surrounding her, and for a solid 10 minutes, Aura and Leo are just glowing with ethereal healing magic.
I think Leo might like that.
So that would be 12 total.
I think Leo is got wine bubbles coming up out of his mouth as this is going on.
He's passing in and out of consciousness.
Okay. So I would argue that it wouldn't be fully healed, but you're gonna have some soreness, some achiness, but you should have highly minimized nerve damage, I would say.
We shall see. And so he turns back to Frost and he says, "You were saying we're in danger here?"
Yeah, y'all are the danger.
I honestly think you're more dangerous than they are at this point in time.
I didn't cut his hand off.
Does anybody remember the old saying that they pass around here all the time?
Is there a door on this portal? Because I kind of don't want to walk back into the bar.
No, there's not.
Oh, damn. It's like, well, I'm just letting you know that there are a lot more, doppelgangers than expected. And, we should probably not be able to... I don't think we can trust a lot of the people there.
Was there a... No, there was no...
Though there is I did hear tell that there is a weapon that will glow near doppelgangers. We can go and get it, and hopefully have something to identify more doppelgangers. but
Yeah,
I'm.
because the king doesn't want me using magic around him, so.
Yeah, and we can't use magic. Since we can't use magic, if we have the sword, if we have this weapon, we'll at least be able to identify them. And that's if the rumors are true. So, you guys want to go see if we can't go get this weapon?
Is it a sword? Because I remember a certain sword on it by a certain wall that had a similar deal as Leo's hand here.
I remember I've been wanting to go back to that wall forever now.
Oh God, I hope
Well-
not. What do you mean by
It whooped my ass. I want to whoop its ass.
Well, do you think it's still like gonna attack now that we got rid of the bartender?
Probably. I think they just used it to hide the body.
Well,
That's
in
what
the
I would do.
saw someone who looked like the old bartender.
Somebody
But
did.
I don't know if it was his dead body though. I don't. DM out a character. Was it that face that I saw in the wall? Was it a actual dead face, or was it a vision of a face?
It was one of many faces that the wall took on. The wall became like amorphous stone that could move at will to form limbs and faces. Or it was moaning, I think, when you guys were fighting it.
Yeah. Well, I was getting my ass whooped by it, you mean?
Yeah. It was a horrible thing, really.
Oh, you fought a wall. I keep forgetting.
Man,
We've had a rough
minute.
time.
Well,
keep-
could
This,
down from the other side instead of passing the wall? Could we go to the whatever the cabin or not cabin the tower on the far side and drop down from that roof?
I was gonna say, isn't that pretty close to our quarters?
I think so.
no, it was on the other side because I remember asking Velocity about the
Yeah.
wall.
Yeah.
Mm.
True. Well, Frost, do you have any ideas about where it might be, or we might be barking up the wrong tree with this other sword that we thought of?
I have a key that I happen to have acquired, but now you have me concerned.
Well,
Shouldn't you be concerned about everything that goes on here?
Leo raises his hand.
Yeah, it's like this whole castle is built to fucking kill us.
As the party's talking, Leo goes upstairs to try to break that wheel so no one could reset the
Yeah.
guillotine.
Yeah. Trying to break it loose.
Yeah, just so nobody else has to suffer this agonizing.
Which, by the way, insidious trap, don't you think?
Yeah, brutal.
Brutal.
Yeah, whoever thought of that trap is evil as hell.
That would be me. I am the sadistic DM.
Oh my god! All right, well, I'm gonna walk through the portal. Go back to the bar.
Okay. Excuse me. Weed. Leo, give me a athletics 15 to see if you can break that.
All right, let's
Yikes.
see here. Oh, I like use something two-handed, and when it hits it, like it just like reverberates through my wounded hand still, and I'm like,
Oh, yeah, that might be a side effect.
can Help, guys, help. Break this thing.
Oh wait, are we going? You guys went upstairs?
Yeah, you went
Yeah.
through expecting them to follow you, and you waited for a moment in the tavern while everybody stared at you blankly, and you figure out the party wasn't following you, so you can go back into the room if you want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna, cause being alone in a bar that has doppelgangers,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna figure out what they're doing. Hey, what you guys doing?
I just cry down. I want to break this thing so no one else has to get their hands cut off.
Oh,
Well, you're gonna cut your other hand off if you keep trying.
I'm going to. Where is it? Where's this handle? I'm gonna assume you guys went up here.
Yeah, it's the wheel.
It was the one I cranked earlier.
Oh, this. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to. I guess jump on top of it.
Yeah, anybody can try. Athletics 15. The use of a crowbar will give you advantage.
Do I have a crowbar?
I do not have a crowbar.
I'll use my guidance for the day.
No, I don't. I don't have a crowbar. Oh well. I can try, but I don't think I'll make it. I did better than Leo. I'm going to trying to get it up. I'll fall. I'll fall trying to break it since I didn't make. That's half of what it should be.
Is that wheel made of wood?
It is.
Well, I'll grab a couple of these pieces of wood here and try to stick it between two of the grooves and ask anyone if they have a little fire we can add to this.
There's a torch.
Is it lit?
No, but I think we could probably light it up.
Vegetated on fire.
Nice.
The torch or the wood?
The torch, so we can hold it under the wood.
Okay. When the flame sparks the torch, it suddenly shoots off a flaring fireworks-like bright spew of light and flame, and you all are blinded. White hot flash can temporarily blind, so I'll give you a dexterity. Let's see, what chapter are we in? We're in chapter 3. I'll give you a dexterity 9 to save.
For all of us.
To avert your eyes.
Oh, I did something.
Hey!
Leo is
something good.
Leo is really high strung right now. She's halfway down the stairs already.
Okay. Looks like everybody made it. So, yeah, nobody's blinded by the bright flash. What's left behind, though, is a burning torch. It's as if it had been powdered with some kind of very highly flammable chemical or powder.
Damn, man, warn somebody before you do that.
I understand. I understand you're mad that had to cut off her hand, but jeez.
I'm gonna take one of the ingredients that is off the alchemy thing, and while they're burning this thing, since there is a perfect window right there.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, where is everyone positioned? Because I think I'm the only one up on top right now.
When the flash went off, Leo would have kind of jumped down 10 of these stairs.
Wait, where was the light emanating from?
Was that torch upstairs?
Okay, yeah, I probably would have been about here and just would have done my best to turn my head.
Okay. Alrighty. Yeah. So anyway, thereafter the torch can set the wood on fire. I'm sure if you're patient enough. The sunlight's probably been drying all this wood out over the years to make it pretty receptible to fire. You leave the crank handle and a couple of logs there burning by the wall, the wooden frame that holds the guillotine, and the shelf.
Yeah, I don't trust this torch anymore, so I'm gonna, once they're done lighting this stuff up, I'm gonna grab it and toss it out the window.
Okay. You toss the torch out the window, which sets off some sort of alarm. You hear this clanging of bells ringing in the window there.
Oh, shit.
It lasts for about a round.
Maybe it's time to make our exits. And I'll run the rest of the way down the stairs.
Okay. Yeah. Ambassador Aura, are you hanging around up there?
Oh no, I'm dip potato chip.
Okay. The last thing you see as you pass down the spiral stairwell is that big patch of sunlight on the wall is blotted out by the shadow of something that passes by outside. And then you're all down the stairs.
Okay, this entire room is just fucking devastating. I vote. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Leo will second that. Let's go.
Okay.
It's not me
Back to the
here.
tavern?
Back to the tavern it is.
I'll probably be the last one out. And then I'm going to close the door and insert a new key to room 229. I'll open the door, and ever the gentleman is like, you guys want to go first this time?
Not really.
Leo's already like halfway through the door, like, wait, what?
I'm just gonna push Leo through.
I will be in the rear with the gear, but I will stealth as soon as I get in the room. Ooh, not so well this time.
Okay. Leo first pushes in through the door portal, and the only portal that comes into this room, followed by Aura. Of course, let's see, at that point, you get the description. This large chamber is fortified by a central ring of pillars. A heavenly light shines down from above within them. At the base of these columns glow runes. Between this magic, the flaming wall sconces, and a small hoard of golden treasure inside the ring, the room is well illuminated. The only dark place rests beyond the pillars, from which a deep snort emanates, and something large moves there with the sounds of hooves on the stone. Clomp, clomp, clomp. Some large iron bull beast begins to come into view. And I feel like we should probably just go ahead and roll initiative right now. And this can be, even though not everyone is in the room yet.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and move myself back with that roll. I'm definitely not in the room.
DM, could you put me on our previous room for a second? I was keeping track of my hit points on my token.
Oh, sure.
Not my character sheet, and this is not linked to my hit points.
Okay, we were back in room 210.
I thought you said you had 8 less hit points to max.
Oh, that's not the right room.
Yeah, you said you were 8 away.
Great point. Yeah, we got it mathematically.
You got it? Okay.
Where did you send me?
Where were we at? 229. And
I forgot to click my character, so I'm re-rolling initiative. It's not great, but it's not terrible.
Nothing as bad as mine. I think I think everybody's dexterity is higher than my score.
Okay. Move this aside for a second because he's basically where it's shown here. Leo, you were first into the room, so yay, your initiative comes up first. That's awesome. What do you do?
Leo will. So we see him somewhat approaching us
Yep.
from this direction. So I'm going to bust back around the other way.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, surely enough, you'll come around to the metal rear of this creature.
Does it look like it can turn in this area, or does it look like it's stuck facing one direction?
Nah, it could turn if it wants to.
Yeah, sure. So Leo is going to try to jump on its back and try
Damn,
to,
Leo, you just got through getting your hand attached.
hold on for dear life, ideally giving the next person in combat the help action.
Okay. All right.
You want like a...
My bad, DM. I forgot to do the initiative.
Oh, no problem. Go ahead.
If you want to rearrange that, I just did.
Oh,
I want to rearrange it.
Okay.
My bad, guys.
I'm gonna give you an acrobatics check against its armor class to do this, which is 19.
Okay. I'm good with that. Let's go. Acrobatics. Let's do it.
Look at that outstanding acrobatics roll.
I'm doing like the Teen Wolf on top of the van.
Neat.
Okay.
Trying to surf in USA.
Okay, so that's got Leo atop the creature's back. Frost, you're if you want to, unless you want to dash in exactly ahead of everyone, you'll have to hold your initiative for now.
Yep.
Oh.
Unless you want to, I don't know, I guess attack somebody that's still in the tavern with you, which is probably not going to happen. So, holding your action for now.
Yep.
Do I do it, guys?
I suggest getting the heck out of there, but you know, I don't know what's in there yet.
I don't think so. Icky. I think we got to do it a different way this time.
Okay.
What? Doing what?
Yes.
I don't know what that means.
2 more combat
Wow.
sessions and you'll know exactly what he means.
Well, no, that's what Aura is saying. She's like, I don't know what you mean.
Icky, I'm granting the help action to whoever attacks next, so if you're going to try to attack it, you should be at advantage.
Okay. Boop, 25. Go ahead and bam.
Okay.
And then I will attack with my silver weapon.
I think you probably just moved about 30 feet to get into the room and get over there to where it's at. Is that within your movement?
Yes. I have 40 feet.
Nice. Okay.
And then I take my silver spear. Nat 20.
Nice.
This is 26 hit, DM.
Yes, it does, and it is a crit.
Nice, 18. And then I'm going to go ahead and use 1 key point to hit Flurry of Blows.
All right.
He's doing the help action, right? Does the 16 hit?
16 will not hit it.
What about 23, DM?
We'll do it.
4? And then I'm going to go ahead and action surge because fuck this thing. Damn.
Won't do
15
it.
does not hit. I'll go ahead and Warrior blows it again. 21.
Oh yeah.
6.
Uppercut a
And-
bull.
He's doing a help action, so it's a 22.
Nice, that hits. Followed by
So that's going to
a sweep to the leg.
that'd be 18, 22, 28, and 33.
33 total from you.
Yes, sir.
Yep, that's right. You're the first person to hit it, and that's exactly what I've got. Okay, that's it. Yeah, it looks like Icky takes on the form of Ken or Ryu from Street Fighter, dashing in, striking with the staff, uppercut, leg sweep, uppercut, leg sweep. And then I'm assuming that's it for you, and it's Aura's turn.
Yes.
All right, Aura.
Well, I'm going. Not about casting Hex, but it sounds like Mickey has some anger issues he needs to see about, so I'm just gonna let him wail on it. So I'm just gonna do a regular 1-2 punch with a Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Doesn't Hex work on everybody?
It does. But you're clearly dealing with something, so she's just gonna let you have this one.
Okay. Looks like you hit and missed, so 12 damage from the one that did strike. That's a good opening round of blows there. Fury of martial power and also some magic being flung across the chamber. Now, it comes the bull's turn. The mighty bull, with Leo on its back, it rears up and it blasts a cone of breath out at Icky in a 30-foot cone, which won't quite get anybody else but Icky. And although it's dangerously close to billowing into Aura where she stands as well. So DC 13 saving throw.
Dex, Con.
Con. Nice.
20.
On a failed save, you begin to turn to stone. Your skin starts crackling into a dryness, but you are only restrained. Oh, on a failed save.
Okay. I was like, I passed it.
Yeah, on a success, the effect ends on the target. Okay, so nothing happens. You feel yourself stiffen for a moment, but you resist it. And that is its big move. And then Balthazar, you and Frost are the only two still on the other side of the portal and have no idea what's going on yet. So, you coming in?
Yeah, Balthazar pops in the room and like looks around for a second, sees like this like smoky stuff in the air from the breath or whatever.
Yeah.
And be like, and look back at the portal and be like, this thing. How long have I been gone?
I yell, long enough, asshole.
And then I'm gonna mind whip the creature.
Okay. Spell
So
save.
it's intelligence save.
Not gonna do very well on intelligence saves. So definitely just got whipped with some psychic damage.
So 9
damage.
psychic, and you are restricted to movement, an action, or a bonus action
That's right.
for your next turn.
Oh yeah, the good old
Balthazar.
Yeah.
Too bad you're not a bard, or I'd make you sing the Whip It song.
When a problem comes along, you must whip it.
Yeah,
when
get
a
it.
Gorgon comes along.
I think you should still see it regardless to cast the spell.
Leo, from your mounted position on this thing, you notice that one of its horns is broken off on one side of its head.
Wait, is that motherfucker?
And it's your
That
turn.
asshole?
Would it be my turn since I was holding?
Oh, yes, it would be your turn. I'm sorry, Frost.
I'm going to walk in, see that, see Leo being a cowboy, but I'm also interested in this.
Yeah, a bunch of treasure.
You know what? I think they've got it. I'm gonna go get the treasure. I'm gonna go collect the treasure.
Okay. You move to the center of the room there, and peer in at an open coffer with many gold pieces inside of it, 1,000 or more. And you can see the just the tip of a frame of something golden and green glassed sticking up out of the coins. Next to the coffer are a pair of bags and a helm.
I would like to spend my action just collecting the goods.
Okay. Okay. So what did I say? You got a bunch of gold, something sticking out of the gold, a pair of bags, a helm, and a pouch. I think you could get maybe. I think you could probably grab maybe 3 or 4 items out of this, if you want to, with an action.
For now, I'll collect. For this turn, I'll collect the golden fragment and the 2 pouches.
Okay.
Oh wait, one of the pouches in the helmet.
Okay. Okay. One of the pouches in the helm, and on a DC 10 Dex check, you can get 1 more item.
All right. You just want a dexterity.
Yeah, you can use acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
All right.
So,
I will collect the other
pouch.
The other pouch, and
Yep.
then the next turn I'll just start shoveling gold.
Okay.
God damn.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, I thought that was you said DM. My bad. All right, so yeah, Frost runs up and starts scooping up as much of the treasure as he possibly can. Leo notices the broken horn, and then it's his turn.
Okay. Leo will say, beware of the runes around this thing. Over to Frost, and he will try to maintain his balance on the back of this thing as part of whatever he's doing. Then he will try to attack it.
Okay. DC 19 acrobatics to remain mounted to it.
All right.
And I will give you advantage on your next attack.
Okay, that will be great. This is where we do our crit. Come on. Crit. Where's my silver rapier?
Crit.
There it is.
Holy shit.
Here's my crit.
Oh shit, you got it. Fucking A.
Fucking calling a shot.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm like Reggie Jackson. I just called my own home run.
Yeah.
Sammy Simpson over there.
It's easy to drive a rapier into the lungs of the beast when you're mounted on the back of it.
Yeah, that's a mix of bludgeoning, piercing, thunder, damage.
Well, what is the total?
A fun day for you.
So, unless there's any resistances, that would be full damage.
Okay, that's counting the extra damage for the crit and everything in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I see is what I get, which would be 26 plus 16, which would be
Yes.
42. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Leo,
That.
Leo just did enough damage to actually even kill himself.
Yeah, with a clap of thunder, the rapier drives deep into the iron, through the iron heart of the creature into its soft internal organs. Huge spray of blood. And it is still not dead, but it is crippled. It has kind of been in a rearing motion, rearing and bucking, ever since it tried to breathe on Icky. And it is now forced to collapse back down onto all fours again, snorting and panting with heavy breaths. And I guess is that it for you?
That's
Leo?
all for me. Yeah.
Okay, awesome round. Frost.
How much gold can I scoop up?
Klepto over there.
Someone shouted rune, and I'm kind of curious about that. But
I'll do it like
also,
this.
come on, gold.
It'll be 100 gold pieces. DC 10 will scoop up 100 gold pieces, and you can keep scooping, but the DC number keeps going up each scoop after that, and that'll determine how many scoops of gold you can get.
All right, I'll scoop until you tell me I fail.
Okay. Oh, and this would be an acrobatics check. Yep.
Damn it.
Failed on the second one. You managed to get to 100 gold pieces.
You kidding?
And then after that, you just send gold coins flying everywhere in your mad dash to get your hand back in the coffers.
Anything else around the coffers?
You knock that helm over as you fumble about trying to get gold scooped up. And
I know I'm pretty sure I collected the helmet.
Oh, did you? Oh, I thought you just got all 3 bags and that thing out of the gold pile.
I got the thing out of the gold pile. I said I collected the helmet, and I was going to collect one of the pouches.
And then you ended up getting 2 instead. Okay.
Then I got 2 instead.
Okay, well, when you lifted that potion up, there was a potion underneath it. I mean, when you lifted the helm, there was a potion underneath it.
Okay, no, I don't think... I have action surge. I could... No, I'm back up towards the portal and prepare to shoot my bow. Or I want to study these runes.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll probably be... Yeah, I'll look at the runes that I was informed of.
Okay. And you can... that will just be interacting with your environment. And next round, you can make a Arcana check based on what you observe.
All right.
Icky.
Yep. I'm going to do the 1-2 punch.
Yep. Keep giving it to him. No darkness necessary for this crap. You guys got this thing. It is past. It's in a what is it? It's taken on a state of fatigue from the damage it's taken, and it's dangerously close to being truly crippled. Don't have advantage anymore, so that looks like 2 misses.
Okay.
Is that it?
Yes, that's all I got right now.
Okay. Aura.
I would like to cast Eldritch Blast again. And just look at Frost and be like, are you gonna help? And I look at Icky and I'm like, you missed! How could you miss?
Both are misses.
20's miss?
Those are both misses. And the snorting bull lowers its head. It's already lowered its head down, so it just goes and hooks with those horns and attacks with the hooves. Oh no, this is not a multi-attack creature, so it actually only gets to make one attack, so it will just gore with the horns. 19 hit?
What's up?
That's gonna hit Icky, isn't it?
Yes.
Do you not know what your AC is?
I forget.
It's
Been a while. It's been a while.
Gets pretty decent damage. 10 piercing from its one good horn. It's actually a shitty roll for what it could get. Anyway, that's all it can do. Balthazar.
Balthazar's gonna look at Frost and be like, "Did you just bring us here to be a distraction for you to loot shit?" And then
Possibly.
gonna dissonant whisper the bull.
Wisdom save this time? Wisdom
Yeah.
save. Okay. It's better at wisdom saves. That'll
shit.
pass.
To be
I guess I was too
fair,
busy distracted yelling at Frost.
to be fair, I'm pretty sure someone told us that this thing was dead when he left. So I think we were lied to.
He lied.
Maybe I'm not the one with regenerative properties.
Leo, let's come back around to you again.
All right.
The bull has recovered from that psychic damage, so now it's free to stomp around and gore and move if it wants to.
Okay. I'm going to keep on trying to maintain my balance, so I'll give you another acrobatics check.
Yep. 'Tis good.
Am I still at advantage
Still
for
at
this?
advantage on its back, yes.
Oh, yep, cool. Ugh. Ew.
Nope, it's not going to do it. Frost.
Just whip it a little bit.
All right, I'm gonna look at this rune I was told about.
Oh yeah, right. Give me an Arcana on. Let's see. Just give me an Arcana. That's not going to determine anything.
Oh man.
Let me think. Let me look at something real quick. Okay. Yeah. So, what you got? Any actions or movement?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the portal. Look at him. It's like, I don't think we should be fighting this thing. Time to leave.
The fuck?
Do you honestly? I'm pretty sure. Think about it. The dude who said this thing was dead. Obviously, there's a reason why it's not dead. So, I don't know what the rune says, but I'm pretty sure that fighting it isn't going to help.
And say there's a thing dead or alive.
Icky literally yells, "If you screw us over by leaving us again, I'll kill you myself this time."
You know what? I'm gonna fire a banishing shot at the bull and said, "Grab your shit, let's get the fuck out. Are you happy now?" Let me see if I can't shoot this thing. Where is it? Because I gotta remember what it does. Okay, if I'm seeing this correctly, I need a charisma saving throw.
Of course, they gave this thing a poor charisma. But if it were a regular bull, I would object because, come on, man, bulls can. Well, no, bulls aren't very cute. Cows are cute.
Anyways, I need a. I don't know if I have to do an attack. It just says a creature. Oh no, let me see if I hit it first. Never mind. I'm gonna just look at him and it's like, dude, grab your shit and let's go.
Icky.
I'm gonna hit it.
All right.
I'm half determined to literally cast darkness on Frost though.
I didn't mean to do that.
So,
Balthazar's taking a nap.
Quick break. Quick break.
Smoke break.
14 won't hit it. 18 won't hit it.
God damn, 18 won't hit it.
Aura.
I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt because apparently we're all just having issues hitting this damn thing all of a sudden. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt. It's an attack. Not a spell save. It's an attack roll. I'm just gonna roll for because I don't have it preloaded on my spells list, so I'm just gonna roll for attack with Eldritch Blast, but it's gonna be the same attack roll. Just ignore the damage that may or may not pop up.
That hits.
Hits? Cool. Okay, 46. And if this doesn't work, one of you all can hit the damn thing.
Plus 14.
Yeah, plus 14.
Okay.
Immediate damage specifically.
Guiding
I don't know if
bolt.
it has any.
That will streak across and hit the creature in the lungs as it's tossing its horns back and forth at Icky. It slumps into the wall, and for a moment, Leo thinks it's defeated because he feels it the strength leaving it quickly. But somehow, it still keeps fighting. Do you have any bonus actions, Aura? Or movement?
Yeah, but I don't think I want to because what I was gonna do originally was Hex, but it seems kind of pointless to do it now that it's looking like
Can't you cantrip on a bonus action? If it's a bonus action cantrip, don't you have bonus action cantrip?
Yeah, but nothing that I really can that I would want to use.
I'm gonna
I don't
move
think I have
on then.
anything that's.
Let's see if this thing can recharge. Its breath weapon. It does. And with it leaning against the wall there and almost defeated, it manages to lurch down low, take in a deep breath, and spray another cone at Icky. DC 13 con save. Oh,
13.
no.
Shit.
Failed save. The target begins to turn to stone and is restrained. Okay.
I passed it.
Oh, you get advantage, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, magic resistance.
Oh, shit, I forgot about that.
Yeah. You know,
Very convenient.
but if we went by the nerfing rules, it actually wouldn't apply because it only applies to spells.
Do you want to just kill them off then? I don't
Is that-
believe it's fair to nerf a character in the middle of its session.
Yeah,
Or
and
middle of the campaign.
there may be advantages that weren't listed that they gave to compensate, and we don't know what those are. Correct?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what they've been doing. They did that with Aarakocra.
Yeah. Well, in that case, I don't think we should apply it. We'll let the rules stand as is. Which means it has no effect, and the creature has wasted another turn. And it is now Balthazar's turn.
Alright, I guess Balthazar is going to use his bonus action to use sorcery points to turn into a new second level slot. So I'm spending 3 sorcery points. And then hit him with another Mind Whip.
Okay.
He whips his mind back and forth.
Intelligence on this one, I believe. Yes, intelligence. God, it's terrible.
That one on intelligence save. Yeah.
No,
Yes.
he has a -4 to his
And that-
intelligence.
Yes.
Add 3 to that, so it's 14 damage.
14 damage. All right, that's it. So it freezes in place, kind of goes cross-eyed, and bashes its own head into the wall. and is done. And
That's
falls
nice.
down limp. You guys have defeated a Gorgon.
Hey,
Anybody ever use those?
I have.
Mm.
They're fun.
It's a good monster. I like the Gorgon.
It has a very high AC, and it
Yeah.
makes it to where
Yeah.
it gives your melee players a pretty fun encounter, difficult encounter.
So, nobody even got injured in that whole fight just then, I don't believe. No, that's
No,
right.
I did.
It did gore
Icky took a horn.
Yep.
Even though I'm on its hornless side.
all right, let's
Balzar
collect the
is
rest of the
gonna-
gold then.
Balzar's gonna turn and glare at Frost and be like, "You didn't tell us there's anything in here, whether alive or dead."
Don't you remember? Don't you remember Ruick talking about this thing?
No.
Well, that's your fault, not mine.
Who's Ruick?
Yeah, I don't even know who you're talking about. Who's Ruick?
No, we met Ruick.
Y'all did.
Which one was Ruick? There you go.
Pretty sure that was the dwarf. You remember he was talking about how he had the horn? You quite literally were in the blacksmith with him when I walked in, and he was walking out.
Sorry, I was thinking like past. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, I missed his name earlier.
Like, damn, and I thought I had terrible memory. Well,
Oh yeah.
might as well collect the rest of the gold.
Icky, what do you use for decapitating an iron-skinned bull?
Well, I would use a skinning knife still.
Still, yeah, you get it. They're kind of like plates, almost like fish scales. You probably dig underneath them and get to the flesh.
Hey,
Yeah,
you can
and
make
blind
good armor with
rage.
that stuff.
I would probably field dress it. Honestly, that's what I would start. Belly. If I could get into its belly and cut down its belly,
Oh,
and
just to
field
give
dress
you,
it.
just to give you an idea of the scale of that thing, that is a large creature. That is bigger than the average bull. The scale in this room is that a human's head is probably only just a little bit higher than the torch sconces in this room. It's a pretty big archway
How
you
about
can go
this?
through.
How about this? Icky will field dress it in it and take whatever is usable.
Yeah, I guess you could do that with it laying on its side. I think of field dressing being a string it up sort of thing, but you could probably split its belly from it laying on the side.
Yeah,
On its
I'm not
side.
trying to save the meat. The field dressing you do to save the meat.
As everyone else looks towards the treasure, Icky is meanwhile elbows deep in the gore of this animal, of this strange beast.
While they're
Yeah,
doing their thing with the treasure, I'm going to hide in a dark corner.
Can I check out the runes around the thing?
Nat one.
Hey! I said a dark corner.
Yeah, that's not your token is not in a dark corner, so that explains that.
Yeah, I'm definitely not. I'm leaning against a torch that I think is a dark corner.
I see him.
So that's
fair,
what you
apparently
look like?
That was a fun fight, by the way. I enjoyed that a lot. It was a good one.
Well, once we collect the treasure, you guys want to go check out that sword and see if or do you want to go somewhere else? I got a couple of extra keys.
Can you take us back to the blacksmith? I kind of want to drag this thing to the blacksmith.
What, do you want to make an armor out of it?
I don't know.
That'd be really cool. At least a helmet.
You know,
I know.
it dawns on you that you guys had borrowed the key to the blacksmith from, to the weaponsmith from Velocindeme, and kind of got carried away and never returned the key. So one of you is
I
still
thought we
holding.
returned it.
It's icky. I still have the key to the blacksmith.
Okay.
Well,
Let's
we
can y'all help me carry all this stack of bones, hooves, head, and we're just gonna go to the next room and then use the door to.
Well, I wanted to check out the runes around the thing and then scarf up some of this treasure.
Oh
Let's
yeah.
collect
I
treasure
understand
first,
you've
then
got
search.
your treasure.
Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, let's just let me roll a die real quick. How many of you is there in the party right now? 5? Is that right? Yeah,
Yeah.
5 of you. Okay. I'll re-roll a 6. Number 1, that would be Frost. Need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh.
Damn, good job, Frost.
Not today. Reroll.
Okay. Oh, nice. Yeah. So as the creature's essence leaves it, with its guts kind of half torn out, suddenly you feel a newfound sense of duty to guard this treasure from the others. It just kind of like seeps into you like this awe-inspiring purpose.
Isn't there a no theft rule in this castle, or did I just imagine that?
sorry, what?
Isn't there a no theft rule in this castle, or did I just imagine that?
There
Yeah,
is a no theft rule, but if somebody else is a criminal, their items are forfeit, and stuff that's
Okay.
not anyone's specifically is up for grabs. That's how we've been operating in
Did we
Velocity.
know if this belonged to anyone?
Well, usually as soon as we pick up something that we shouldn't, Velocindine says something like, but
And are you getting those signals?
I pull out my sapphire wardstone
Mm-hmm.
and I say, Velocindine, this isn't the king's treasure, is it?
Velocindeme will telepathically tell you that he was unaware that this treasure existed here, has never seen this curious room before. And he says he supposes that it is finders keepers, although you might want to check with the king to make sure that it does not belong to someone else.
I turn
Yeah,
to
he basically says you can take it, check with as long as you show what you found to the king and let him take what of it he claims for himself, and otherwise, to his knowledge, it's anybody's.
Finders keepers, but make sure you give the king a piece of that cake.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. And I think we have a key that we must return to you as well.
Indeed, you do. He says, I noticed that there is a 5th one among you. I don't know, did Velocindeme ever meet Frost?
Velocine's met Frost.
It's not Aura too.
Oh, with the party. He was.
Oh, no.
He met
No,
Velocindeme.
I'm sorry. He met Musa. Frost has never met the dragon.
Okay. He says to Leo, he says, there is a stranger among you. Who is this one?
I say, it is our associate Frost. Have you not met him before?
I have not.
Yes,
and
he's traveled a little bit. I kind of walk up to Frost, bringing the gemstone close. I don't know exactly how
Oh,
it works.
hell no! You bringing that stone to me? I'm a circumvent you. I don't know where that stone's been.
Would it just be a shiny object for you?
No.
This is a sapphire wart.
Yeah, because it is a sapphire stone.
Mm-hmm.
By virtue of these stones, we are allowed almost free passage.
Cool. I have my own way to. I have my own free passage ticket.
So to everyone else, Leo seems to be talking to himself. Those of you in the know probably realize he's talking to Blossomdean, but yeah.
Seeing what's going on, Balzar will pull his out of his robes and put it out on his chest and be like, "It's always watching, man. And you just got to get used to it."
Yeah. So, did my wisdom save do anything, or what's going on?
Yeah, you realize that something was trying to dominate you into guarding this chamber as this creature had, but you resist the save. Let me make sure there's a save against it. It is a wisdom save. Okay. Yeah, so, yeah, you resisted the magic.
Oh, giddy. So I'll let you guys collect the treasure. I'll be out in the tavern.
Well, we wouldn't want to leave you alone there with with all the goblins. Wait a moment for us. We'll be right with you.
As long as you keep that stone away from me. I don't know where that thing is or what it is.
Hey, Frost, help me carry some of this stuff. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's 900 gold in the thing and I think a pouch. I got everything else.
No, I'm talking about the Gorgon. I'm skinning it.
Oh.
The Gorgon weighs, I'm going to rule 1,600 pounds. Let's see what the weight
Well,
of
I'm not taking... I'm not taking the meat deal. I'm only taking the skin and maybe a few bones.
No, I'm wrong. The bull weighs 3,000 pounds.
Yeah.
So it would take quite an act for the party to combine their strength. I don't think they could combine their strength to drag 3,000 pounds.
No, I'm not taking the full bull deal.
Right, you're quartering it, taking it in pieces.
No, I'm not taking any of the meat.
Okay,
I want the skin,
and some bones.
Skin, the hooves, the tail, and the head.
Okay. I think the hardest part's going to be separating that iron shell. This could take a while for you to get it whittled down to something that you can carry. You could probably lob the head off in any one of the limbs and be able to manage to drag them. You can do that pretty quickly. But getting the torso is going to require a feat, even with it gutted.
Yeah, I don't. Have you ever skinned anything before, DM?
No.
Yeah. So I've skinned 300, 400 pound hogs by myself, and I'm not a very strong man. And the skin weighs considerably less than the meat.
Yeah, but iron scales weigh a lot.
Yeah. I'm just giving you a heads up, and it's also once you get behind the skin, separating the skin from the meat, it actually comes off to where you can actually pull full hides straight off with your bare hands.
Except for where this one's iron scales are threaded into the flesh, it is extremely difficult. Unlike anything you probably ever worked with before.
I'm not trying to be an asshole, DM. I was just trying to explain.
I get it. I just think that this thing is, a bit bigger than your average bull, and it has an iron hide. And so I'm not saying you couldn't take the skin with the iron hide around the body, but I'm just not in a few minutes. You'll have to sit here for a while and work with it.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just trying to grab what I can.
Okay.
So there was 1,000 gold in the thing, so I guess we all get 200 apiece.
Oh yeah. Meanwhile, y'all are gathering all this treasure up? So y'all are going to be here for a little bit longer anyway, right?
Yeah. If they're going to gather treasure, Aura is going to go nose deep into her text.
Okay. there is definitely close to right around 1,000 gold pieces here. The thing that Frost managed to capture already was a fragment of gold frame and green glass, shaped somewhat like a pyramid with, I think it has like almost like puzzle piece connections at one end of it. At the bottom side, the broad bottom of the pyramid, I think it's got some locking golden parts where it looks like it would fit into something else. And it also has some beaker. It has like a couple of glass tubes blown inside the pyramid, and those look like those would connect to something else. So it's a very strange little device. Also, you grab 2 bags, which seem to be filled with a bunch of spell components. You also grabbed a helm. That left a potion laying there on the altar. And there was a 3rd pouch that contained some jerky.
Cool, rations. Who wants the rations?
Considering that I've been sharing my rations with y'all.
Yeah.
I've been sharing them with Aura. She's been feeding herself.
And I don't share. I still have mine.
Don't forget some of those loaves of bread that Sweet Ruby gave
Yep.
you all. Those act as rations
Oh,
as well.
yeah.
That's what Balthazar's munching on.
So who wants the potion? Who wants this bag of jerky?
I'll take the bag of jerky and potion since y'all grabbing the rest of everything else.
I'll toss the potion and jerky to. I'll throw those to him, and then I'll also throw the I guess the magic components. I'll throw them to the magic casters, 1 to each.
Okay.
What kind of potion is it?
It's unlabeled.
How much time do I need to hang out with it to kind of figure out what it is?
Oh, I thought I got the potion. Okay.
Yeah, I gave it to you, and I threw a bag of spell components to both you and to both the spellcasters.
Got it. Okay, I'm tracking. All right.
I'll go ahead and just make a list of it all here. That'll be easier. Just takes me a second.
Does this order or fragment thing, does that go with this small bell that does this small bell attach to it in any way?
You have a small bell.
Yes, I have a small bell from room. Well, it says 376.
That's the treasure.
What room are we in? That way I can mark the potion at least.
Yeah, this is room 229. By the way, earlier when you guys were all having wine, that wine that Balthazar's been carrying around is the stuff that's turned to vinegar. I think every time y'all are having a drink, it's always this nasty vinegary wine that's
Great.
spoiled somehow.
Well, I guess at this point, me and Leo are just used to it, so we're drinking it like it's normal. I guess it would only be a surprise to Aura.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. She thought you were insane for giving it to her, but she's like, well, maybe this is just a
Wait, you guys been passing wine?
thing?
Y'all been passing wine and you never shared?
Well, maybe if you stuck
Balthazar
around.
uncorks the bottle and hands it to him.
We were using it as antiseptic and anesthetic and breath mint as well.
Oh, and as far as that small brass bell that Frost was talking about, no, the bell does not connect with this device in any way. Forgive me.
Hey, do you guys remember what room the that laboratory was?
Ooh.
The one the one laboratory we went to before we hit the
Oh,
The mirror room.
Yeah, I think I got something like a water breathing potion or something.
yeah, that
Yeah,
was
I got a
two.
couple of.
That was 226. That was what room that was.
Oh, okay.
226.
Yeah, that was the room with the uh, solvent and the guillotine trap.
Oh no,
All that
no,
stuff.
he's talking
No, no,
about.
no.
He's talking about. Uh, what's his name?
The laboratory
Uh,
with the broken ball that had apparently
Oh,
had the
gotcha,
gin in
gotcha,
it.
gotcha. Back in chapter 4.
Yeah, we had like a bunch of potions. One was a potion of cold
Yeah,
resistance.
yeah,
I had and some poisons, and I think there was a fire breathing one. I'm not, though I could have been misremembering.
yeah,
But yeah, there were like a few potions that we split among the party,
yeah.
and
I know exactly which room you're talking about now. I'm just trying to actually find it on. Okay, that was 371.
So if he's just gonna tear this thing to shreds.
Yeah, I think so.
what?
Forgive me, I'm catching up with 4 different things right now.
You're fine.
Okay, so Frost, when Frost is handing over the jerky to Icky, he fumbles with a flask he has and accidentally spills some of it onto the pouch of jerky as Icky is taking it from him. It's a clumsy maneuver, obvious.
So do I notice it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm pretty sure everyone noticed it.
What the fuck's that flask?
It was going to be a present, but damn.
What's the flask?
What's happening over there, guys?
What's going on here?
What's the flask? Frost.
It was my cold resistance potion.
Laura still goes deep into her text. She is not paying attention to any of this.
Yeah,
You know what,
I was gonna hand you my cold resistance potion and a freaking. It's gonna be nice.
He picks it up anyways.
I'm gonna walk out of the portal because now I'm kind of mad that my plan for to do something nice got ruined, and it's like fuck.
I'm gonna pick it up.
I'm not gonna let him walk through the portal.
I'm gonna pick it up anyways and eat the jerky there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You got it. It is shit. It's a good berry. It acts as a good berry when you eat the jerky, so that's like some hit points regained, I believe.
Ooh.
Yes.
What's good berry, Caitlin? 1 hit point for a berry.
I want to say it's like D4. Nah, just each
1 hit
just one hit point.
Just 1 hit point.
Yep, yep. There
Nice.
They're
are
full for the next 24 hours.
there are 6 strips
And
of the
then-
jerky in the pouch.
And then I pick up the potion, the flask that he fucking emptied, and I just go ahead and just finish it off.
Okay.
I drink the whole thing.
All right. Give me a investigation roll.
Investigation.
Okay.
10.
Okay. Yeah. You don't. It doesn't taste off to you. You're not sure what a potion of frost resistance is supposed to taste like, so that must be it.
No. I did it out of like kindness.
Uh.
I wasn't trying to investigate it.
Okay. Fair enough.
Like whenever it comes to magical and poisonous effects, like you can find out like he's very chaotic on stuff like that. He's like, fuck it, if it finally kills me. Does that make sense to you?
Yep.
So he did it out of let's say slight faith for Frost, and I
Okay.
do it in front of him.
All right.
You know what I mean?
If it is in
And I
fact
tell him,
a
"Thank you."
magical potion, it doesn't seem to have any effect. You don't feel anything from ingesting it.
Okay. I tell Frost, thank you. Ross, thank you.
You're welcome. Wait, Icky was. I can't tell voices far when you guys talk. I honestly thought Balthazar was the one who had the good berries, but Icky having it. All right.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem. I'm just. I'm sorry. This is hilarious.
So Icky, if you want to just record that as healing jerky.
Oh, I didn't hear that at all.
Or good berries.
Yeah.
However, it's that's all it is. It's a pouch of jerky that each strip acts as a good berry.
Just be sure to share with everyone later. But let's get out of this room. It's starting to.
Do you mind helping me out real quick, Ross? With
Sure.
stuff out, maybe
Okay.
even skinning the rest of it.
We don't need all of the skin. What the hell are you trying to do?
I'm just trying to grab what I can.
I'm going to grab what he has already cut off and walk away with it. Let's go, Wiki.
You can both take up to your carrying capacity in iron scales from this thing.
What is my carrying capacity?
I don't know. It's based on your strength.
But
Yeah, I know.
225.
But you have to account for the gear and other stuff you're already carrying, so that'll give you an idea of how many pounds of iron you can get away with.
I'll take about 50.
Okay.
Just to.
I'd be sure to grab the head. Damn it.
Okay.
Because I want to show that guy what the hell it actually looks like to slay a motherfucker.
Wait, so what are these? These are iron scales?
Iron scales, yes. Iron Gorgon scales. If you want to write that down, we won't need to know what room they came from.
When the guys are done about to leave, I'm gonna look up from my book and test out one of these new spells that I've acquired.
Okay.
I'll wait till they're completely done. Like, they are done down there. They're not coming back to this thing.
Yep.
And I will do this just to see if it works. Or is doing this to see if it works, I should say.
Huh. Nice.
Oh, it works!
Neato. Some of those. So that's how you get these giant clumps of fungus in here. I think you guys found a room with giant mushrooms in it once already.
Yeah, can the mushrooms, instead of flowers, because, fungus happens all over, can the mushrooms be iron-like in how they look? Not necessarily how they are, but, it looks like they're made of iron.
Yeah, they'll look like those gray tops, like that were in another room. I think Icky may, once upon a time, had some bundled up in his gear. It's probably been taken away from him or rotted by now, but
It was.
Yeah.
I can tell you their names because I don't get rid of anything. I just uncheck it.
yeah.
So it was Gisser's candies mushrooms, brown patty mushrooms, stone top mushroom, giant
I'm back. What's up?
giant amanita mushrooms.
Yeah. It was those. The mushrooms look kind of like those stone tops, but they're not quite as big.
They're metallic looking as well.
So, should I pick the next place, or do you guys want to decide?
We need to go back to the
Dragon.
Smith and then back to Velocity, and so I can give him back the key.
He very generously gave.
Icky.
What?
What's up, Ross?
So, there is a chance of getting a sword. I'm not sure if you guys. I don't know about the one that you guys were talking about. I'm going to assume some type of living wall. You guys said it was, but you want to check out this. See if we can't acquire this one sword that I heard about.
Yeah, but I have to return this key. Give me a minute, and we'll go to it.
You
I
return.
promise you.
I'll wait. I'll wait for you guys. I'll wait for you guys. See if I can't get some information while I'm in the tavern.
Okay. Leo
Y'all all going
Yeah.
back to the
and
tavern?
Balthazar. Hold on. Balth and Aura.
One of my favorite side themes that happen among the circus here, where Icky like cuts something up or finds some trash and makes all of us carry it for him.
Yes.
Is this helmet magical in any way, by the way?
You're not sure.
But let's head back to the Smith real quick. I want to drop this shit off and have him do a delivery.
So first back to the tavern.
With him.
First back to the tavern, and then use the key here at this tavern door to go back to the Smith. Yes, that's the plan.
Yes.
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 Except that, except Frost. Did you say you didn't want to go?
I'm not going to go with him to the dragon. I want to drop off the iron scales that he had me.
Okay, so
that
I
picked up
you
for
are
him.
going back to the Smith then. Okay. All right. Where was he at?
So what is it? Me and
23.
who's all carrying the?
Everybody.
Stuff? Oh,
Everybody's carrying stuff.
I got 50 pounds of it.
I probably have like 5 pounds of it.
I was
have
gonna say,
180
Aura's
pounds.
probably got no more than 10 to 20 pounds of it. She's not exactly strong.
Check y'all's carry capacities. Y'all want me to send it in the group chat what it is?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I can tell you right now, my modifier is 0.
That's fine. It goes off your strength score, not your modifier.
10 is my strength score.
Yeah. So rules.
You got to remember what will this be made into, and you don't really need that much.
So carrying capacity is 15 times your strength score.
So 10 to 20.
And that's how many pounds you can do.
So you can hold up to 150 pounds.
Okay, so we all take this to the Smith.
Yes, you guys all come back into the Smith with flaps and flaps of iron, bloody meat thrown over your shoulders and carried in big bundles.
I wasn't gonna do meat. I was gonna do any bones, skin, like the skin and the head and the tail.
Yeah, okay, got it.
That would reduce it. I want the craftable materials, not the consumable.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep. You guys come in, and the armor, the blacksmith is busy hammering away that iron horn into the pommel of the sword of Runic that Runic left here when you saw him earlier.
All right. So his name's Runic, and we got that. We got that name.
Never did. No, I'm sorry. That was a slip on my part, actually.
All right. I throw the head up on this shelf right here, or next to it,
Mm-hmm.
and I tell him this is what it looks like whenever you actually kill that beast that he was talking about.
The blacksmith isn't Runic.
I know.
The blacksmith looks down at the horn. He looks at the head. He looks back at the horn. He's like, "Well, I'll be," and takes it over there, and he says, "He's a liar."
Yeah, he is. We just had to kill this son of a bitch.
I says, "Wow, well, that didn't take long."
Yeah, believe it or not, it was the first room we walked into.
This is a strange place with strange ways, he laments. He says, "Well, he says, there's no money back. Those blades were all finely silvered."
That's fine. And I give him 2 platinums, and I tell him, how about you make some custom orders whatever you fill your creative mind to make out of all this. And if it costs more to make it, just take some of the supplies that we have here.
Okay. He takes a look at it all and he says these scales would be perfect to forge a set of scale mail from. I could use these.
Yep. And then like basically use any supplies that we just from the bull that if it costs more to make any of our items or anything.
Yeah.
And
he's not much of an armorer, but he thinks it'd be a good practice for him to give it a shot. Maybe the fire will show me the way, he says.
yeah, make whatever your creative mind or the fire tells you to create with this, and have fun with it.
All right, then.
I guess making a delivery to Mr. Velocity, he might be inclined to bring it to us.
Okay. With that, I guess you guys are headed back to the tavern again?
Yeah, and I give him those 2 platinum.
Okay. All right. He thanks you.
Actually, I give him 4 platinum. Fuck
Okay.
it.
That's generous.
Good doing business with you, Snake Man.
And then I head out, and I call out Velocity
Okay.
to hand him back the keys. He gave us the key to the. Oh, did I get my Cloaker Beast cloak, or do I need to grab that real quick?
Oh, I don't remember what the cloaker beast thing you were gonna do with that. You were getting the tanner was
I
gonna
wanted
make
to-
a cloak from it.
Yes.
Yeah, Mishakal.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you haven't been to pick it up yet. You want to do that next?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. I'm gonna use the key that I think Velocity gave us the key. Yeah. To the leather worker.
Okay. So outside in the courtyard, you hear the whoosh of Velocindem's wings. He blows away all of the misty fog out there. His shadow falls over the windows. His big sapphire eye looks in through one of the upper windows of the tavern, and he says, "Bring him to me."
Wait, me?
He just commands that into the tavern. The goblins all kind of do the same thing. They're like, "Me? Me? You? Him?" Everyone starts pointing at everyone.
Sure, I got a Velocity.
All right, guys, let's go see him and figure out who he's trying to bring, who he needs, and I'll put my arm in if she'll take it, or Alici's arm, and I'll scoop Frost's arm in my other arm, like we're in the Wizard of Oz or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck you doing?
Let's get a
Like,
token.
I jerk
doesn't have an
my
issue
arm
with
away.
it.
Let's get a
Balthazar
token
takes,
for Frost in
other
there.
arm.
Yeah, I go ahead and grab Frost's leg. Right.
Oh, so we're doing this now. I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I'll grab his legs.
Oh, okay. Give me 1 sec.
We're off to see the wizard.
Yeah,
Wonderful
no,
wizard.
y'all ain't touching me.
Hold on, because technically this is the help action.
Technically, I think this feels like initiative as well.
Aw.
I think we should probably just all roll initiative real quick.
They're just not. All I did was remove someone's arm from me, and now it's time to fight.
This can only end well.
Frost, you gotta get your token in there.
Oh,
Oh, I actually did something.
God dang, Leopold.
Leo,
and Harlan.
no.
Why, Leo?
Leo.
Why?
Because Leo just spent his action linking arms.
Well,
Yeah.
I like it, and it's Frost's turn, and it looks like we're taking the setup as it is, where the tokens are shown. Except that I don't feel like you guys are behind the bar, so I'm going to move everybody over kind of into this direction.
Wait, so who is attacking us? I'm not 100%.
Actually, I think Leo and I should be on either side of Frost.
Can put Leo up here. Or here.
Well, apparently we're doing a link hand. So who linked hands
Yeah.
with Aura?
Oh, so I linked hands with Aura on my one side and Frost on my other side, or I tried to.
So
And I'm on
whatever
the other
side.
side of Frost.
So
I should be.
And I grabbed your leg.
So I should be about right here. Well, you attempted to grab my legs.
Yeah, I failed.
All right. At this point, I'm.
We're off to see the dragon, the wonderful dragon of. What's the name of this actual castle?
Well, it's just called the servant quarters down here.
Yeah, but what's like? I know this is the Palace of 1,001 Rooms, but what's the name that the king gave it?
I don't think it's always just been called Upper Lower Keep.
Man, I was
Why
wanting
is-
something.
Why isn't he a name when it's just his castle?
Yeah. We're off to see the dragon, the wonderful dragon of the Lower Keep.
All right. Since we're doing this, I hope you guys are happy because you made me do this. One, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm not being surrounded by everybody.
Hey, DM,
Yes.
I reduced his movement speed to 0.
You did what?
I trip him. Since we're doing initiative, I'm gonna go ahead and use my Sentinel ability, and I'm just gonna do it to trip him.
Yeah, the Sentinel ability is not an action. It's just a...
Reaction.
Just throw it in
Reaction.
there. Oh, it's a reaction. Okay, gotcha.
So you're treating me as your enemy.
Can you just throw it up real quick just to make sure it jives with this moment?
Okay.
Just want to make sure you don't have to already be engaged in combat or anything like that.
It's when you hit him with an opportunity attack.
Yeah, you...
I'm gonna use my opportunity attack to basically trip him.
Yep.
Flavor it.
Yeah, I mean, he was in the midst of you. I think that's fair enough to say. He can
Like
do...
shove?
Yep. The
Yeah.
The rest of the turn.
But
Creatures provoke opportunity attacks
You
from you.
definitely miss.
Take the disengage action before leaving your reach. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so that's probably going to stop Frost's movement about right there.
He missed.
That doesn't mean you can't take an action, Frost. Even though he's tripped you up.
No, he missed. He used his monk's unarmed strike to try and hit me.
Oh, when
My
you hit
AC
a creature with an opportunity attack. I see.
Yeah,
he has to actually
so
hit
he
you.
missed.
So you still have movement.
Yeah.
Yep. You can still.
and I was just gonna flavor it as a trip and be it like non-lethal. You know what I mean?
Yep, I understand. But Frost nimbly jumped over your sweep of his leg and managed to dash around Aura and has made it to the portal, and you still have enough movement to go through the portal. Are you going through the portal, or are you taking an action here?
Oh, this is something that I'm going to. Just so you guys know, this is fun, but it is actually time to start doing something. I am going to attack. I want to attack.
Wow, you're gonna attack?
Oh
All I did
yeah.
was try to trip you. All I did was try to trip you.
Oh well, there's a reason why I'm going to attack. So I am going to use. I'm going to hit or miss the ambassador.
Wait, I'm really confused. What did I do?
Oh, you'll see in a second. Plus, does a 14 hit?
14 is my AC.
So it makes it.
So I make it.
Yep.
All right. For 9 damage.
That's real rude.
What's that an attack with?
That is I'm using the slam attack.
Okay. Slam attack. Okay.
I will. That is a 19
Sure.
for 5 damage. And then I'm going to jump into the portal. As I jump into the portal, I'm gonna. Can I actually do what I'm thinking?
Oh man.
Close the door behind you?
No. I'm going to reveal what's going on.
No. Yeah,
Can
I flavor it as I don't think it takes an action to change form, so.
All right.
Yeah.
As I jump through the portal, I'm not Frost anymore.
He changes back into a gray-skinned doppelganger.
What a dick.
And disappears.
I'd like to
He
do
didn't disengage. He didn't disengage. Attack of opportunity.
From Aura, that's correct.
Okay, well, then screw it.
And honestly, Leo and Balthazar.
I'm sorry. I have the surprise attack thing. So you take an extra 3d6.
Wait, whose abilities are you using?
I'm using the doppelganger ability.
Oh, okay.
So I have it's in the first of the so basically it's ambusher. I have advantage on it. I would have advantage on the attack rolls if the creature is surprised, which I think is whenever I.
Yeah, I think she's probably the only one that you could probably catch surprised.
I'm pretty surprised. I'll be straight.
And then there is the surprise attack one. If I attack first during the round, during the first, if surprises a creature and hits its attacks during the first round of the combat, the target takes an extra 10 or 3d6 damage.
3d6 damage.
So an extra 7. I don't think it applies to the second attack, which is why I attack twice with the slam attack, because doppelgangers get multi-attack.
Yeah, so the only thing that I am not see, I took your token off too soon. Can you put it back?
I have a reaction plan, so let me know.
Yeah. Leo, I think you're correct. That's what I was wondering too. Don't you have to at least have engaged in combat before you get this opportunity?
Just in terms of order of opportunity, like order of operations, if he was here, when he was here, I wouldn't have got my opportunity attack. When he was here, moving into his current square, I would have gotten it. But at that point, since he hadn't attacked, I wouldn't have attacked him with my sword.
That's similar to the logic I was following too.
Actually, but I might have tried to trip him, like a shove action.
I'm going to go ahead and just go with the order as is, which means that I'm going to give Aura Lisi an opportunity attack against him if he is fleeing at this point. Aura, you got the extra damage, didn't you? That extra 7 from the...
Yeah, I plugged it in already.
Okay, so yes, at this point you've got an opportunity attack if you want it.
Yeah, so with that, I'm going to use my reaction to do this, because you done made me mad.
Okay.
And you ain't going nowhere, honey bun.
Straight towards you. Okay. Hells yeah. Target must succeed on a strength saving throw against DC 15.
I'm rolling on these saving throws.
Don't forget, you're rolling the creature's saving throws, not your
own. What is the creature? I mean, I wouldn't have made it in either way.
See, the die roll was a 3.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the creatures there.
Yeah. Okay. So, bam, you are hit with the lightning strike. flash of lightning energy from Aura's hand pulls you from going through that portal. Not today, Buster. And I believe that makes it.
I guess we're
Frost,
having
I'm
the
so
fight
sorry.
here.
I pulled you off the initiative turn counter when I yanked your token out, so just go ahead and roll initiative again and change it back to whatever you had at before, which I think was a 24. And it
I
is
think it was
now
24.
Icky's turn.
I saw everything go down.
Hell yeah, you did.
All right, I run up to him. Give me a second. Just can you move my token real quick?
I can. Do you need me to move it for you?
Yeah, please.
Okay, to right there, I'm assuming.
Right up to him, yes. And then I'm going to attack. I'm gonna do uh. So
I didn't know you had a freaking reaction like that, freaking Aura.
Aura does not share her cards with anybody.
These doppelgangers.
Anyways, I'm gonna.
Why did it have to be a strength saving throw? It could have been anything but the strength saving throw, and I probably could have made it.
These
Actually,
doppelgangers.
I'm gonna non-lethally, okay, DM? Non-lethal this entire thing, okay? Ugh.
Yeah, you missed. Also,
it's something, all right.
you know. Okay, that one hits. Wait, am I still using my armor class or this thing's armor class? Because it would be in my armor, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's in your, yes, you can use.
Or is it just an illusion?
No, in this case, you can actually be in the armor of Frost. So even though you're changing,
then that would miss.
Actually, DM, I'm gonna do this. My bad. I wasn't thinking. That was the heat of a moment. Because I have 2 key points left. I did it on purpose.
Wait, you're hitting me with the silver spear that's a 2-handed?
Yeah. You're still able to do that. Nothing in the text says otherwise.
I have no idea.
I'm gonna throw darkness instead of hitting them.
Okay.
And then I would use. Wait, why did I use quarterstaff twice? I should not have used quarterstaff. I meant to use.
You've already made your attacks against him with the spear. I think you should have to stick to that.
Oh, you want me to stick with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mean to, but yeah, sure.
Is this thing going to be? How does this lightning thing work?
I'm looking that up right now.
I think it just lasted for that one reaction.
I think it does.
You'll be free to move on your turn next time.
Correct. That is, yeah. Unless I cast it again.
And so, Icky, since you missed with the staff or with the spear, are you making any physical attacks as well? Making your martial attacks?
No, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. I botched this one. I was in a. So for some reason the app doesn't match like the dex, the +6 for the dex on my stuff. And so I came in here in a hurry.
Oh.
And I fucking
well, if it really was a mistake on your part, you can use darkness instead. I thought you actually had tried to attack him though.
No, don't worry about it. We'll botch this one.
Okay.
7 silver spear and 15. I didn't mean to do quarterstaff. Let's just call it the unarmored strike because it's the same fucking +6, and it was a 15.
Oh yeah, and you didn't have advantage, so that would have been a fumble. So I would have just taken off the extra martial attacks anyway.
Good.
Which brings it back around to Balthazar.
I'll pay better attention. My bad. I'll pay better attention.
Is the door open right now?
The portal is open.
So we know where he's going.
Can I telepathically shove that door closed as hard as I can?
Yes, you can.
No. Oh damn.
You got that psychic shove, don't you?
Yeah, is he? It's not going to close him in the door, is it?
No, because Aura pulled him back away from it with her electrical tendril.
All right, just wanted to make sure.
Okay. Is that an action or a bonus action?
That's
or is
my
that
bonus action.
That's a bonus action to use that. Okay, shove. So slams the door shut.
And then I'm going to mind sliver him, and I'm going to shout for everybody to grapple him.
You know, I think that those things. I've been trying to figure this out. They have a damage immunity to charm. And is Mind Sliver not considered a charm?
No, it's
Psychic.
a
Psychic.
It's a psychic? Okay. Oh, that's right. That's right. Yep. Okay. So then that does count.
But, hey, Balthazar, does your feat say that it takes an action or a bonus action?
It's a bonus action.
Okay. That worked.
Okay, and so I need a save, I guess, from...
So he's got to make an intelligence save.
Yep. For Frost.
And subtract a 1d4 from his next saving throw.
Oh, yeah, is that part of that lash thing?
Yeah, no, that's the Mind Silver.
Oh, okay, so it's not effective yet. All right.
Not yet.
Yeah, the Mind Sliver hasn't hit yet. I have to make this. Which I do not see it.
Oh, you just
saving
click on their
throws.
intelligence. And it'll make the save. There you go.
Yeah, this thing's saving throw sucks.
Yeah, that's
like how you guys, like I'm looking at this doppelganger, and how you guys let this thing let me do what I did to you.
We're a happy-go-lucky bunch. I would venture to say that if every 10 sessions you were a doppelganger one time, we would still let this happen.
I would
Actually, you know what? He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Okay, so he failed. Give him some damage.
In this, we actually kind of had this figured out and just let you keep on doing it for a while.
Bullshit.
We were arguing of whether or not I was going to try and do something to stop him.
How early on
so
did
I'm
the
like,
party catch on,
my
by the
clicker's
way?
hovering over different spells, ready to cast them.
How early
I call
on?
bullshit, and you guys, so don't even.
I messaged Cloaked about trying to cast Detect Good and Evil before we came out of that last room.
I remember that. I think Icky was being suspicious before that. I'm wondering if that was the first moment somebody got the inkling that something was amiss.
I immediately knew whenever he kept on taking us to rooms that were dangerous, and it was really weird how he was acting. So I was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was one of my whispers to Balthazar.
Yeah, I was like, this doesn't seem right. And I actually put it in group chat.
So what's going on here is I'm fighting you guys. No one asked where Frost is. I see how you are.
I've also never met Frost.
Yes, you
I
have.
assume you are Frost. So,
You
as
met
far as I'm
Frost.
concerned, you're the same
Oh, we
person.
know where Frost is. Frost is in that wall. That's why you kept on. That's why you kept on not wanting us to go there.
No, Frost is fucking alive. Thank you very much.
No. Oh.
So you guys are trying to kill someone, and you don't even know where Frost is. I see how it is.
Actually, I have not been trying to kill you. I've been doing non-lethal damage.
Actually, that's what's funny, because that's actually where I'm trying to run to. But you guys keep stopping me.
No.
Well, don't give it all away.
Who's next? Leo? It's Leo's turn.
Did you get your 10 damage from the mind sliver? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm moving on to Leo unless Balthazar has something else up his sleeve.
That's fine. I'm gonna just stay where I can see everything.
Okay, Leo.
I think the last thing in game that happened before we got sidetracked was Balthazar saying grapple him.
Yeah.
Leo will look at Balthazar and hold up his bad paw. Unfortunately, and will. I'm gonna try to attack with my rapier, which is a piercing weapon, but instead of thrusting with it, I'd like to, I guess, try to whip him with, like, kind of strike him with it. In the attempt to do something non-lethal. I mean, I guess I could stab him non-lethal in the shoulder.
Like
Yep.
bitch whip him, or like pommel bash him.
I'm thinking just like whip him with the metal of the blade in the face or something.
Sure.
So I'm gonna roll what I would normally roll for this, and then we can non-lethal it however you see fit.
Now, I'm just going to go with the simple method. You do non-lethal damage. It's the same as the weapon would do. But you just have to announce it, that's all, when you're doing it.
Which is really funny. In 2.5, which is what you're like into, didn't you have to do something for non-lethal?
Yeah, so in
Yeah.
old school stuff, it was a called shot to do non-lethal damage, so it was harder to strike them non-lethally. And
Wait,
then
why are you doing this at advantage?
Oh man, I'm not doing it at am I doing it at advantage? I'm not doing it at advantage. Damn it.
No, but 21 would still hit.
Be 26 points without the 8 and the 1.
So where are you?
Yes. So I'm going to take my movement first. Take 2 steps here, seeing the. Are we in darkness actually?
No,
No, he didn't
no.
get darkness off
I
yet.
botched. I botched my whole turn, and I was like, "Fuck it, just claim it as it is."
No problem. I wasn't sure which part of that was botched.
Yeah.
Athletics ability to jump up on the bar here, take my step and try to.
Yep, because there is a door right there that connects the behind the bar to the rest of the tavern, and it's right there where Frost is standing at. So Leo dashes around behind the party, slides over the top of the bar on a acrobatics 7.
How much damage did I take?
Boom.
26.
26. And then he bursts out of that small side door to suddenly slap Frost across the face with his rapier, or slap the doppelganger in Frost's armor across
We
the
trusted
face.
you. How could you do this to us? I'm like just chucking crits left and right tonight. How could you do this to us?
And
Well,
then,
technically not.
so 26, first of all, is the doppelganger still standing?
Yes,
Okay. Does Leo
It's
have
like-
but
any...
not for long. It looks like honestly, I kind of wish that reaction never happened, because y'all about to fucking kill a man.
Leo, do you have any other...
And
And
I
I was hoping to get this out of the bar, but you guys won't let that, you're not letting that happen. I was going to take you on a trip to freaking Frost, but no, you're like, fuck that. We're gonna hit him right here.
Nope.
Well, velocity and smoke, man. Velocity and smoke.
Velocity said, "Bring him here."
Yeah.
You didn't say dead or alive.
We're not killing you.
He never said who.
We're just gonna beat you unconscious.
Were you guys whispering behind my back? I see how it is.
I'm
Oh,
assuming,
yeah,
We were.
behind your back?
I'm assuming it's...
Fuck, I knew once you brought that eye out, I was screwed, because I was like, oh fuck, that dragon knows.
Yeah.
I moved on to Aura. I think it's her turn now.
Is my turn. So DM, being a warlock who has relative control of her spells, right? Because we can obviously control if we do lethal damage with our hard weapons. But if I wanted to cast Hex without actually causing damage, and I just wanted to curse him and have control over the spell. Could I basically?
Just let me see
I
the
don't even know if this is
spell real
possible.
quick. Just let me see the spell up.
Sure.
Let's see what kind of damage it says.
It's not a ton of damage. It's a really low level
necrotic damage.
Not a ton of damage.
I think necrotic damage should be able to be administered non-lethally.
Well, especially since I'm an angel and I have control of necrotic and radiant damage.
Yeah.
Could I?
Don't get necrotic.
I think
here's
that's fair enough. Maybe you just attack like some part of the body that will cause unconsciousness with the necrotic part.
Well, let me tell you what I'm planning on, because obviously I can tell that he looks like we've just like done him in. All right. What I want to do is curse him so that and then put him at disadvantage for strength checks. That way he's and then once he does hit 1 hit point or 2 hit points, he's gonna not gonna really be able to go anywhere, because he's not gonna be unconscious, but he's not gonna be feeling so hot in the first place. So what I would like to do is I'm focusing more on the saving throw aspect, and as opposed to and that way I can keep him under the curse, because I can do that for up to an hour.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, I got no problem with it. I guess it just comes down to a saving throw, right?
That is cool.
No.
No.
Yeah.
That one's an
saving
attack. That one's an attack.
Okay.
You have to do another. So that's a bonus action. You have to do an attack with the weapon.
No, you don't. You don't have to do anything. You just cast the spell.
You just hex him. Yeah, you just hex him.
I just cast the spell.
And the damage doesn't apply until he's attacked.
Right.
Or until attack
The device.
Until I do damage.
Yeah,
so
it would
if
be
I
like
choose not to do damage, I'm not going to.
Yeah, she can just touch him and cause the effects of the spell. It still requires an attack roll.
It still requires an attack roll?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I can do that.
That'll do it.
Does that hit?
Or 3 more points of non-lethal damage.
Actually, are you just hexing?
Yeah.
So, Caitlin,
Yes.
you apply it. It doesn't take an attack roll or nothing. It's just concentration, and every time you do damage to him, it adds an extra 1d6 necrotic damage.
All right, roll your necrotic damage.
She did. That's the 3.
That's if I cause damage. That's if I cause damage.
Yes.
So that's the damage that would be applied if I cause
That's why hex is so good for warlocks, is because it doesn't require a save, nothing. It's just every time you hit them, it fucking does an extra 1d6.
Yeah.
Yes, and this is what
Amazing.
this 3 necrotic would be applied to the next hit.
Well,
but I'm
actually,
not
yes.
gonna hit him.
The
So
thr-
I'm just gonna be like, all right. I'm gonna push him on the ground. I'm gonna sit on him and be like, nobody touch him. Nobody touch him.
Yeah, if you're trying to restrain him, that's different from an attack roll, isn't it? That'd be more of a
Yeah, Caitlin, why are you doing hex if you're gonna?
To give him disadvantage on the check.
On strength.
Yep.
Checks. On strength checks. I'm
Yeah.
putting him at disadvantage.
Yeah,
so
and
he
so
can't
just
go anywhere.
So just take that attack roll you just made, and just make it into an athletics check, and then the doppelganger can roll a strength check at disadvantage to counter it. And
Okay. So
We did acrobatics athletics against acrobatics athletics. Yeah.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, the doppelganger can use acrobatics
So-
to try to escape.
Well, no matter
So
what.
with your strength,
That's
so what
important.
is it without your hex's modifier to it?
my
15.
strength is 0 is a plus 0 for my modifier.
Yeah, so go
So
ahead.
minus
with-
7.
So go ahead and make an athletics roll to see how strong your attempt to restrain him is.
Somebody else has hex. I wouldn't be mad if they did him at.
Your
Oh, you want me to roll it? I'm sorry. I thought you were rolling. I'm sorry.
Oh, I will be, but it's
You have to
not gonna
set-
be
Oh, no.
it's not gonna be in athletics.
Shit.
It's gonna be in
So,
acrobatics.
Yeah, if you can beat an 8. Okay, so
6.
Frost 6 won't do it.
And he's
That's right.
no, because he did that Dex, not Strength. So if
There
anybody
you
else
go.
has the
Or a-
capability,
It's a dex.
Yep, at
she-
disadvantage. So that means Aura's got him pinned.
Oh, so she's holding me.
Well, she would
Oh,
be.
she picked strength,
Strength.
so he used dexterity, so he's not at disadvantage.
unless somebody casts.
Oh, she picked
And the-
strength. I see. Yeah. They've got a point there. Yeah, he's weakened, but he's not. He's not at a loss of dexterity, so he can still escape her attempt to pin him. Yep, that's right. Thank
So
you,
I
guys.
guess my question is, would I have the same abilities as Frost, or am I just now the doppelganger?
You've always just been a doppelganger. Yeah, if you were using any of Frost's abilities from before, you shouldn't have been.
I
But he
wasn't.
did roll terrible on his.
I rolled terrible on everything.
So I mean, I feel like he's acted like a doppelganger. So anyway, but yeah, you're currently free. Although you're probably you're below half your hit points. I'm sure.
I am below a majority of my hit points.
Are you at 1 hit point? If you're at 1 hit point, your movement is reduced.
I am not at 1 hit point.
Okay, so right now you've just got a level of fatigue on you.
Wait,
which
that would
means
make him at disadvantage for
he
saving
would have been
throws.
at disadvantage on his acrobatics, so he is held. He is held.
Wait, I'm
You
confused.
got it.
Why do I have exhaustion?
It's house rule, DM, DM home brew rule.
You know, remember, Frost? At below half your hit points, you get 1 level of exhaustion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, since
At,
we,
at
so
below-
I'm grappled, so she's holding me right now.
Mhm.
She's got you. Well, I'd say it's grapple does not mean you can't move. Actually,
That's correct.
Alright.
His speed is
Well,
0.
All right,
Yeah,
then.
his speed is 0 and grappled.
All right, then
Yeah,
I
run,
will. I'll take out a potion and drink it.
okay. What is it?
A potion of poison. You ain't taking me alive.
Oh, you know what? I totally will give it to a doppelganger too because they're pretty fucking devoted to protecting their little cult.
And
Wow.
as I drink this potion, I'm just gonna look at you all derangedly and go, "You'll never find him."
Do I get a reaction since it's a new round?
Yeah, I mean,
You're-
this is Frost's action, so you have to, if there's any applicable reactions for this, use them.
I'm still poisoned.
Yeah, but you're not dead.
Poison will still kill me.
Actually, the poison is to be determined by the dungeon master.
Oh, I get. Well, I was just reading what the potion.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
Ooh, lots of twists and turns tonight.
Yeah,
Well,
there's
let me
been a lot of
damage
rules
that
referencing here. If you drink it, you take 3d6 poison damage, and you must succeed on a DC 13 Constitution saving throw, or be poisoned. So, 3d6 damage immediately.
Yep.
Which is 7. Does that kill him?
No.
It doesn't.
No.
All right.
Oh man.
And
Oh, dude.
Honestly, I was hoping this would kill me, but it literally did 2 damage under what I needed. I was like, oh, you fucks.
You need to make a DC 13 Constitution save.
Can he die of embarrassment?
Wait, does drinking the poison count as an action?
Yes, drinking. I
If
thought
you
it
be
did.
a-
I could be wrong. Does anybody else know?
I count it as an action personally.
it
Most
is an
people,
action.
yeah.
Oh,
Drinking
well,
health potions in action.
I'm poisoned, by the way.
You're poisoned. You'll continue to take damage.
No, the poison condition, a poison creature has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. That's all it is.
No, it does damage too.
Yep.
Some poisons do damage.
Do you have?
DM decides the poison.
I don't think you have any bonus actions that you can use, so I believe that's the end of your turn. Frost. Or Doppelganger Frost. Icky, what do you do?
I knock him out.
Butt of the staff to the head.
Yeah, sure.
Or a spear, that is.
Or I can just take out my quarterstaff. It's already bludgeoning.
Give me some. Yep, that'll do it. I'm pretty sure the damage is going to knock him out, but let's see it just to make sure. Yeah, he's knocked out. He's knocked out. But the next round he takes 3d6 more damage.
Which, since I am,
Poison, yeah.
I'm on 0, that means that I fail his saving throw.
Actually, it would. I think knocked out is different. Condition.
Also, because he drank the poison, I would tell Aura to make sure he stabilizes.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, you would just be incapacitated.
Spare the Dying is a cantrip, so I can cast it as many times as I want within.
But do you I don't think you guys would know if he was poisoned or not. You just know he drank something.
I know what death is, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, but if you're making threats about never being able to find him and chugging this potion, like, I don't think you're trying to get out of this the any other way.
I believe the Spare the Dying spell would save him. You could do that.
I think I would.
You could do that before he would take his next round of damage. So Spare the Dying
I would do that.
Would stabilize him.
Correct, but he would not necessarily wake up.
Yeah. And
well, I
then,
would still be on. I wouldn't have done a saving throw anyway before her turn, anyways.
Does Balthazar or Leo have anything they can do in the next round to contribute to this situation?
I think you can do a medicine check for these.
No, Leo likes to keep his paws clean. He's not. He doesn't like the feel of blood.
Okay.
Death saving throw.
So Frost.
I want to go ahead and tie him up before.
Frost,
while
give me,
we kind of heal him up.
Give me another DC 13 Constitution save.
Hey DM.
Yeah.
Can I just do a I can keep him alive in my medicine kit.
That's disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. So actually, you would have failed your next save.
Yay! Time to make a death saving throw.
I can just stabilize him.
Yep. Okay. So I
don't
got
know
it.
if this
I got this. I'm on top of how this mechanic here is going to work. So what happens is he fails his next save. He has been stabilized by the Spare the Dying spell, which brings him to 0 hit points. Or actually doesn't bring him to 1 hit points. Keeps him stabilized at 0 hit points. Icky can make a medicine check. And I'll give this a DC 10. No, that's just what it is. If he can make a DC 10, he can stabilize him. Okay, next round, Frost makes a DC 13 con save again because he's still poisoned. He does it also at disadvantage. Icky will have to continue to keep him stabilized on a DC 10. Okay, and so that's how it's going to go. It's going to be DC 13 at disadvantage.
I know in 3E, 2E, I know that you get the wounded condition if you keep coming back to 0, and eventually that kills you. I'm not sure how that works in this one.
Well, give me another DC 13 at disadvantage. Icky, you gotta keep him stabilized, man. This is like everything, like Icky's doing the whole CPR.
Yeah, we're
He has
having
finally
Can I
failed
still
one.
helping with spare the dying? Is there any way I can, or if I can cast a healing spell?
Well, what all you guys are doing, or you keep on stabilizing him, but then he keeps on taking more damage from the poison. So it's a constant fight against the poison. He has to save against the. He has to pass the save against the poison at disadvantage to stop this battle.
I'm,
And it
I
I
have
get
an
to
idea.
make a death
Can I-
saving throw.
And it looks like
DM?
Icky has got a 9 on his next medicine check.
Can I cast guidance on this piece of crap, and that way he can
Yeah.
add it?
Yeah.
No.
And
I'm
can
an
I
enemy.
help him so he's taking them an advantage?
Oh,
Yes,
wait,
you can.
wait,
Yes, you
does
can.
He,
Yes,
does
you
he
can.
count as a willing creature because he's unconscious?
Yes, that's what's going on. You guys are fighting. You're taking everybody to
Wait.
do it. Okay.
Wait, I'm willing? Nah, he's trying to die.
Okay. So the fight continues. Another DC 13 con save.
God, you
at
guys will just
disadvantage.
not let him die.
He
Oh, you
passes
folks,
it.
you got lucky.
He is stabilized, alive, and
Oh, is he?
bound
Okay.
and captured. Congratulations, party. It was a hell of a fight with the dice.
Wow.
You would not let him die.
We're a strange group. We tried
Yeah,
to
no,
kill
no.
him.
We might have
Impressive.
this next few rounds.
No. See that? Iki let him die. He's dead. Because honestly, he would not fight. He would not fight this.
So, impressive, Velocindim says from outside. Now bring him to me.
Fuck you all.
Leopold.
To be fair, I at least did some damage. Leopold now has a stiff hand.
Oh, this is great. Yes.
I'm gonna do something to myself because.
Oh my
I'm-
bastard! You lured us into that room.
I did. I lured you into every room.
I mean, really, that was just like, oh man, that was so beautiful. Player DM cooperation to sabotage a group. That's a great session right there. I love that. Velocindim will take a look at the body.
The live body. The live body.
A live body.
Damn
Yep.
it.
He says, I have
Now I request him to be dead.
just the place for this one.
Can you get the fact that we're missing a comrade?
Oh, yes. So I knew this one. I had seen him before. The form he was in, that is. He was with a party of troublemakers, but I think I don't know, did Velocindim ever see Frost with you guys? I just don't remember.
No.
I don't think he did because he treated him like a stranger.
He sees us all the time.
Yeah. Well, anyway. Oh, yeah. I guess he says, I suppose the actual elf that this doppelganger was, whose identity the doppelganger was assuming, was a companion of yours, or has been a companion of yours?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, does he have anything on him?
It's time to search him.
Wait, on who does he have? Who have what on who?
Yeah, what all does the
Well, we're
doppelganger
searching you.
carry? I know he's got 6 keys on him, but
I'm
I've
searching
got the
him. I'm feeling
keys.
petty as hell.
I got his armor. I have his weapon, but that's more like an aesthetic to him right now. I took the poisons. I didn't take the resist frost. So the fact that Iki ate the thing was actually a godsend. I did not want to have the fight right then and there.
So
Don't eat the
armor
good berries.
and what's the weapon? Hit that crossbow.
Yeah, the crossbow.
Okay. 6 keys. Some potions.
Yeah, the potions of poison. So he has 2 left now.
Mm-hmm.
And the armor.
Okay.
And basically everything he collected with them. So the 200 gold, the helm, that piece of ornamental good, or the ornamental thing.
Yeah.
And that would be about it.
Velocindine doesn't recognize, I don't think, any of this stuff. He says, as with all the other treasure, it should be brought before the king soon. He says, I have a feeling these 6 keys are of some interest. He says, it will be up to all of you to use them. I can stow this one away where it'll be safely kept in the meanwhile.
Icky gives him the Smith's key, by the way, and explains to Velocity that he'll have an order shortly of goods delivered to him from the Smith. If you could hold on to those for us. And I need to get to the leather worker to pick up my goods.
Okay.
Didn't the doppelganger also have the helmet that he got from the treasure from the ballroom?
Yeah, they already said that.
I said
Okay,
that.
sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is your bad, Balthazar.
And
I forget things.
I suppose
playing with
that that ornament thing, that little gold trimmed glass doohickey, may have been stashed quickly, so that's maybe interesting when you guys find that amongst his things as well.
Yeah, I have that ornament. The fragment of an ornament.
As everyone's rummaging through the items, Leo says to Velocindine, Velocindine, I believe this doppelganger knows where our friend is. Is there any way for you to rifle through his mind?
Not until he awakes.
I see. Well,
He says,
we
but
can attach the ward stones to him.
if he operates like how I think these doppelgangers operates, these keys are going to be key, if you will. Laughing at his own joke, which he rarely ever laughs. To answering that question.
Well, he was about to take us to the wall, I think. So, I mean, we can go face that wall when we're prepared.
We'll cross that wall when we get to it.
Everyone thinks
I'll
they're
be up here
Canadian.
on the tower if you need me, he says at that
Bad
bad
joke.
joke.
Yes, come find Frost, please, because...
And he takes the body of the
No,
doppelganger.
we decided not to find Frost.
Oh, you're just gonna leave Frost to die?
Oh, fuck it. He was a
Yeah.
traitor anyway.
He ran like a bitch.
Hey, I'm not in charge of what the DM does with my character when I'm not here.
But your character still did it.
So, Velocindine takes the body of the doppelganger. He flies back up to his tower, and he, with the doppelganger in his mouth, sticks his head down into that hole up there on top of the tower, which you can't quite see from the courtyard. So, he sticks his head down into the tower somehow, and then when he comes back up out of it, the doppelganger is no longer in his mouth. So, stashed away down
He
there.
ate him!
I was just about to say that. It's like, oh my god, he ate him!
All right, so
Damn, there were
That'd be
3
amazing.
rooms. There were 3 rooms I was hoping to get to use, and I couldn't use them because you guys decided to freaking attack.
okay. Well, great session. Good stopping point.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yep. See you guys next time.
All
Next Tuesday.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
Yay, I don't have to be evil anymore.